right. Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to Z Talks episode 30. Thank you so much for tuning in live right now or after the fact if you're watching. And yeah, I was going to go live by myself, but been having a couple of technical difficulties. So instead, you guys have got all awesome 5 guests joining me at 7:55, I guess. So yeah, hey Joe, Lisa, Elliot, D, and Jason, you guys doing okay?
All good,
great.
mate.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hey guys. Yeah. So thanks for joining me. So for anyone that are unfamiliar, Lisa is joining the channel for the first time. So I'm hyped. Been trying to get Lisa for a while now to appear on here. So it's great. And D is a man who is on a very busy schedule. So the other week he said, "Mike, I'm off Thursday." I was like, "Right, live stream time, my friend." So yeah, D, great to have you as well. And yeah, just to my left on the screen is my brother Joe. So Joe, you doing good?
Yeah, all good, Mike. A bit poorly at the moment, so that's why I've got my cup of tea because I've got a bit of a bad chest at the moment, but all good otherwise. Thank you.
Good. It'd probably from trying that 3-foot chocolate eclair the other week.
Could be. It could be. It seems to be happening since then, to be honest, so I don't know.
Could be, yeah. I mean, if I get to 1,500 subscribers, I have said I'm going to try that challenge myself. So.
Oh, yeah, you've got to give it a go. Definitely give it a go.
Glutton for punishment. And then we've got, in the far bottom left, we've got my co-host in the Back to the Future streams, Jason. So, Jason, you doing good?
Doing good. Does anybody have deja vu today?
A little bit. It feels strange but good to be back. I'm not going to lie. And last but not least is just down below little me is Elliot from IMO. So Elliot, you doing good, my friend?
I'm all good, buddy. It's good to be back. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you back, man. And yeah, just before we kind of go any further, I just want to quickly address Elliot. I know me and you have been through the same pain of watching Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey recently. Yeah, do you want to sum up your very quick thoughts on that one?
Yeah, again. Oh, blimey, where do we begin? It's as crazy and maddening as you think it might be. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's an experience, and you know what it is? I'm certainly excited for Joe, Lisa, D, and Jason to check that out if you guys decide to do that.
I'm in no hurry after hearing your reviews today. It's like, no, I'm in no rush. I can't believe they haven't played it funny. They've tried to play it straight.
Right.
What are they doing? No.
Yeah.
No, I'll watch it, but I don't have very high hopes.
Yeah, you know what, Lisa? It's the strangest decision ever because I've been very quickly because I think me and Elliot saw it, but did you guys see the mean one they did last year?
No.
No.
Oh, your review.
Right. Okay. Well, so in the mean one, obviously it's David Halum Thornton, who's Arthur Clown from Terrifier. Yeah. And in that movie, it's like they try to go serious, but there's like so bad editing and Photoshop, it's like hysterical.
Yeah.
This movie, they go flat out deadly serious in Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, that's not the way to go, is it? No, it should have been fun. That's like you say, it should have been like just proper tongue in cheek. What are they thinking?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking, but yeah.
Ratio of blood to honey.
It's
that, Jason?
really weird.
I said, what's the ratio of blood to honey? I'm curious.
About 98% blood, 2% honey.
Wow. It's funny.
You said the effects were okay, though, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, Elliot, if you agree, but I would say the practical effects are probably the best part of the movie.
He's traumatized. He can't get over how bad it was.
I mean, it's not bad. It could have been a lot worse, but it's quite far and few between. Like it's like you mentioned with the mean one. A lot of it's cut around with a lot of sharp editing and stuff. So when you see it, it's good, but you don't see a hell of a lot of it, really.
Nah, but like bits and pieces, really, isn't it? But wait till you guys see the swimming pool scene in that movie. That is the best part.
Oh boy.
Can't wait.
I'm as excited as you sound.
Right. Well, we've got quite a few chats in the comment already. So yeah, just let you guys know who's ever is in the chat. We are going to get to your comments. We're going to answer them all and so everything. But yeah, firstly, I just want to introduce my guest. So you've seen Joe on my channel before. We did a Christmas special in December. So yeah, Joe, do you want to just quickly plug your channel?
Yeah, I'm Joe. My channel's for Joeson One. I'm a bit of a variety channel. I just do content what I like to do, and I ask my subscribers what they like to see me do, and I'll try and do as many requests as possible. And yeah, that's pretty much my channel. Very random.
Fair. Yeah,
the
fair
hardest
point.
to describe, Joe.
I don't know how else to describe it, really, Jason. It's just like the most random channel on YouTube, basically.
Times
yeah, I mean, so don't get me wrong. So anyone who's watching live after the fact, all my guest channels who's on right now or later on are all in the description box. So please go subscribe to all the channels. And then next is definitely a channel, Lisa's, that I love watching your like weekly watches because I always feel like I'm getting an education on a movie or a documentary. And
I don't know about
that. No, I do. And like, you know what the funny thing is, right? The main scene on my channel is I've not seen that movie, which is so true.
Yes.
And when I watch Lisa's channel, I'm like, this is just further solidifying I've not seen that movie. You know,
it just shows you how sad my life is. It's like there's just all these movies. What did you do? Yes, I watched a movie. What did you do today? I watched a movie. No, mine was meant to be. I was trying to go into true crime and like creepy stories or like movies that are based on true stories. So what's the true story behind? And it just takes so much time and research. And there's always somebody telling you, have you not read the court transcripts of this case? And it's like, well, no. So I haven't done anything like that in ages because, I just like YouTube to be a fun thing that I do to chat to people I like. So I usually only maybe now do one video a week of what I watched in the last week. And if I go to the cinema, I might do one. I'm going to see The Whale tomorrow. I'm going to see Knock at the Cabin on Saturday. So I'm hoping to review those because I cannot wait to see either of them.
Yeah, I mean some nice picks there, Lisa, and yeah, I think like The Whale, like been out in America for like quite a while now.
Yeah, we just get it tomorrow, don't we? I can't wait. I have to travel to Belfast to see it because no town around me is showing it. I can't. I have to go to like a university film theatre to actually see it. It's madness. I'm like, what are you doing? This film's going to be massive, but nowhere's showing it. Don't get it at all.
So how far do you have to travel to go to that cinema then?
It's only about 50 miles, but you know what I mean? There's like a cinema in my town, the next couple of towns over, and none of them are showing it. So I have to go to, and not even the Belfast, like main cinema showing it. It's like a little independent university film theatre that shows like independent movies and stuff. So that's the only place near me showing it, which is, I can't get my head around it, but there's been so much publicity. So it's going to be a big seller, but it's just not showing anywhere. Madness.
Yeah, I don't know how they make these decisions to show certain movies.
At all.
Like I know in America that Winnie the Pooh movie comes out like February 15th in like theaters over there.
Oh, really?
We'll not get that here. No chance.
Nah, I think Dee's looking forward to that February 15th.
Oh, of course. I can't tell. Like it's anxiously anticipating. It's going to be the experience of the year. Yes.
Yeah, Dee's got his he's got his calendar marked as well. He's going to go there an hour early in anticipation.
Can you imagine the review if Dee did go to see it? That would be better than the movie. God, yes.
I would pay to see that.
Yep.
Well, yeah, so Lisa does a lot of like weekly watches. She does like Come With Me when she goes to the cinema and stuff. So yeah, Lisa's got a great channel. Again, please go subscribe to Lisa. Next up, I want to throw it over to Elliot at IMO. So Elliot, do you want to just plug your channel real quick?
Yeah, so IMO Reviews it's just an opinion-based review of video games, movies, TV shows, sometimes music. We also do hot takes where we discuss the faux pas of movies, things we don't like, but we don't know if we can talk about. And if it's too controversial, this guy gets drenched with water. So there you go. There's some incentive for you to get involved with hot takes. So yeah, we just try to have a bit of fun, sort of like what Lisa was saying. YouTube should be a good time. It should be a break from reality. So yeah, we try and do a diverse range of things, but ultimately the main goal is to have a laugh, basically.
Right. Right, yeah, and I love, man, that, you know, when you do reviews, whether it's a movie or like an album, and then like those hot take videos are fantastic. I really enjoy them, man. So yeah, so please go subscribe to Elliot at IMO. Really great guy. He's close to 400 subs as well, right? I think there's a bit of a lag.
Yeah, I think I'm about 12 away.
That's not many. Not many, my friends. So I'm sure we can help get you to that number. And then next to Elliot, we've got the awesome D Movieman. So yeah, D, do you want to just plug your channel real quick?
Absolutely. Hey everyone, this is D Movieman, fellow cinephile, popcorn addict, and emerging film critic, coming to you with reliable recaps, reviews, and reactions. That is my central tagline for my channel, and that pretty much sums up what I do. It's about, my channel is basically centered around cinema, my appreciation of it, and I sometimes do these kind of personal deep dives because I recognize the impact that it's had on my life and just being connected to very important moments throughout my life. And so, you know, it's just like understanding how that medium can really impact you and how important it is, how entertaining it is, and it can touch you in so many different ways. I have, you know, reactions, I have reviews, I have the occasional TV show recap, and yeah, that's kind of the crux of it for the most part. Feel free to check me out, and I would love to have you.
Awesome. Yeah, D's got a fantastic channel. If you want like a very in-depth movie review, D's the channel to go to for me personally.
I love the personal side of stuff that D does. He never spoils it. It's not like in-depth, like he'll spoil it for you, but he really gives you a personal, you know, how it affects him, how it reminds him of something. I love that. That's different to what most people do. So I love that about D's channel.
Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, Lisa, I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah, like that personal side, like it always feels like a personal story when D's talking about something. So yeah, appreciate that as well, D. So yeah, so please go subscribe to D Movieman. And finally, we've got my co-host for Back to the Future streams, Joeson. So yeah, Joeson, do you want to just plug your channel?
Yeah, Joeson the Millennial, talk about movies and music, do a lot of rankings of things like top 100 favorite albums I'm going through right now, ranking the Beatles. I've been doing that, ranking Beatles songs. And a lot of times at the end of the weeks, I do like kind of what I've been watching, talk about stuff. I really just watch streaming stuff. That's pretty much what I do. I don't really go outside all that much, but so I watch a lot of streaming stuff and try to give reviews on that kind of stuff. Usually negative ones, but I try to be positive every once in a while. Right, Mike?
Yeah. Oh man, I've definitely got to say, Joeson, I think what like your channel, I have to say, like you've got very diverse opinions a lot of the time compared to other people, which I really enjoy though.
Yeah. It's very true.
It makes you unique, man, with your channel. So yeah, so definitely go subscribe to Joeson again and all my guests right now. Yeah, we're quite behind a little bit in the comments, so we'll catch up on a couple of those, and we'll catch up. I've got a couple of questions for you guys. So firstly, we've got Pete from PlayTendo saying, "Evening, everyone. Great to see you. Talks back on Thursday night. You've been missed." Well, hey, Pete. Well, thank you for that. Very kind, my friend. And yeah, hope that you're doing well. We've got Feature Junkie saying, "Awesome stuff, guys." Well, hey, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We've got quite a few. Since Corner saying, "Oh, cool." Awesome. Well, hey, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, she posted that last night, I think. I think she just found the live stream, so before it started.
Oh, right. I'm wondering why I can't see those comments.
Oh,
what's wrong with my computer?
Fair enough. I mean, catching the live stream a day early in anticipation, hey, that's dedication. So yeah, hey, thanks for tuning in. We got the viewer Drew saying, "Hey everyone, what's up?" Hey Drew. Well, we've got Norin Rad saying, "What up, Drew?" Hey Norin, hope you're well. We've got True Action Start the Deal saying, "Evening, you bunch of wonderful people." So hey to yourself, hope you're well. Norin saying, I'm pumped, excited for this awesome first C talk of the new year. Well, hey, Norin, well, thanks for tuning in, my friend. True Action Star says, "So many people on tonight love it. Yeah, absolutely. So very quickly, just to kind of address with Z Talks, I'm going to be bringing this back for probably around next 5 or 6 weeks. After that, I have to see, depend on my job. But yeah, I'm going to try and make it every week where there's a bunch of guests each week. So it's like tonight, like 9-10 people. That's the plan anyway. So yeah, Z Talks for the next 5 or 6 weeks. So I didn't going to try and get these guys back as well. So I'll keep an eye on that. We got Matt from Vengeance Media saying looking forward to jumping on at 9 o'clock. This will be fun. Yeah, so you'll see Matt at 9. That'll be awesome. We've got Josh saying hey all. Hey Josh.
Hey, Josh.
We got Harry saying evening all, evening Lisa.
Hi,
so
Harry.
a lot of love for Lisa. That's awesome. And we got Norin saying, "Look at all these beautiful people." Hey, the compliments are flying tonight.
This is the whole show just complimenting us.
I guess so. I don't know. Well, we got Tim's Corner saying, "Oh boy, I got a ticket to see Blood and Honey." Nice.
I cannot wait to hear what you have to say.
I cannot wait for She doesn't like it, she will let you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, right? So we've had a horror movie based on The Grinch. We've had one now on Winnie the Pooh. And I heard a rumor somewhere that there's a horror movie coming on Peter Pan, if I'm not mistaken.
No way. Oh my God. Disney are allowing them to do that? Oh no.
So I think from what I heard with Winnie the Pooh, I can't comment for all of them, is I think part of Winnie the Pooh is a public domain now.
Right, okay.
But there's part of that still Disney, I believe. Okay. So, like in the Pooh movie, they don't have all the characters because I guess for like copyrights and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how much of Peter Pan's in public domain or not. But would you guys want to see a Peter Pan horror movie?
No.
I'll wait till you watch it first and tell us it's awful, and then I'll make my mind up.
Right.
I can't see it. But you never know. It might be like a zombie or something. Can he like not never die or something, Peter Pan? Or am I imagining that? Is he like the boy that never grew up? He's constant. So maybe he's a zombie. Who knows?
Lost Boys, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, I was gonna say technically, I'm a big fan of Once Upon a Time, and they technically did like a kind of a villain twist with Peter Pan on that show. So it'd be interesting to see what they would try to kind of do, having seen that play out once before.
Wow. Okay. and does that villain? Because I've never seen the show, so does that villain twist work or not really?
It did. It was kind of a shocker. The way that they play it out, you wouldn't see it coming because it's not just that part. It's about who he actually is and the bigger scheme of the story. So yeah, it's quite the twist if you watch the show.
Wow. Okay. I'm intrigued. I mean, Elliot, would you want to see a Peter Pan horror movie?
Oh boy, I mean, it's not at the top of my wish list if I'm being honest with you, but if it does come out, I probably will check it out. The curiosity will get the better of me.
Hey, that's fair. I think that's the thing with a lot of these horror Disney-based Dr. Seuss movies, that just the curiosity, especially in the horror community, low budgets, it's going to make its return back and more. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see it though. That's amazing stuff. So hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Josh says, been watching some movies on Mubi and BFI Player, and I'm having a blast. Going to watch In the Mood for Love by Wong Kar-wai tonight.
Yes, that's a good one.
Okay, I've never heard of this one.
No,
have you heard this one, Lisa?
No, I haven't. I think Dee said it's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Dee's like seen a lot of like unknown movies like I've never even heard of either. So yeah, Dee, I have no idea about this one. I'm quite intrigued, to be honest. Not sure. We've got Tim saying, hey all, happy Thursday, glad to see the season back. So hey Tim, hope you're well.
Hey, Tim.
AJ's Movie Player saying hey all, so hey AJ, hope you're well.
Hey,
Got Vengeance Media saying Blood and Honey was my underdog pick of 2023. I thought it was going to be last year's Terrifier 2.
That's for Mike and Elliot, I guess.
There's absolutely no comparison between the two. What was that, Elliot?
You might want to have another pick for your underdog.
Yeah, I've got to agree. Yeah, I mean, Terrifier 2. I mean, obviously both of them were indie movies. Like obviously more Winnie the Pooh than Terrifier, but yeah, absolutely no comparison. A horror icon and like a Disney property ripoff. It's kind of no comparison, I guess. I really want all of you, the rest of you guys, to see this movie now. I want to hear your thoughts on it.
We're going to have to punish ourselves, aren't we, and watch it just to see how bad it is.
Yep.
How bad's the horror part, I guess.
It's horrifically bad.
I'm not a horror guy, so.
Oh
yeah, it's quite gory, isn't it?
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's definitely got some moments of like really like horror practical effects. So yeah, probably not for you, Jason. Nah. But I'm expecting to see it on Lisa's weekly watch in the next couple of weeks.
I'll see it at some stage. I shan't pay to see it though. Nope.
Nah.
Wait until it's on something I'm subscribed to, then I'll watch it.
Right, don't blame you. We've got the Traction Starter DLC. What a bunch of wonderful people. Well, hey, thank you very much. Tim says, as someone who absolutely loved The Whale, it's definitely worth seeing in the big screen.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know I'm going to love that film. I love Brendan Fraser. I'm so happy to see him back. I haven't seen it, but I know I'm going to love it.
Right. Yeah, me too. And I think he's been asked, I mean, I don't know, by Universal, but I think he's been asked in interviews if he'd come back to do like a mummy film. And I think he's open to doing it. So that would be cool.
That'd be cool.
And I know my friend Dave from Interpreting Stars recently interviewed Arnold Vosloo as the guy who played the mummy. And he said he would be down to doing the mummy again. So that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But Tim's adding here, not only Fraser's best performance, but one of Aronofsky's best movies. Taking aside Requiem and Black Swan, this would be one of my favorites from his director.
Awesome.
Wow, okay.
Well, yeah, nothing but good things, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, like you, Lisa, it doesn't come out till like Friday here, so I think about maybe seeing it tomorrow if I can, or either that or Puss in Boots. I'm a bit torn in a way. I don't know how.
Oh man.
Because I mean, Puss in Boots, it didn't appeal to me at all, but I've heard so many like great reviews about it. I'm like, is it that good, really? So,
what's the new Puss in Boots film called, Michael?
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd seen that last week with the boys.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Oh really?
Don't you love the animation, Joe?
Oh yeah, I really do like the Puss in Boots animation. Like it's a bit different to the other ones. Well, I was a bit surprised by it. I was thinking because I streamed it, so naughty boy. But I clicked on it. I was thinking, I wonder if this is a right movie because the animation was a bit different, but it was the right movie. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Worked really well.
Oh, cool. What? Okay, a little mini review with Joe here. What would you give it out of 10?
I'd say a solid 7.5.
Cool.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, pretty solid rating, to be fair. And I know you.
It's really good. Yeah. The two boys loved it as well, so that was the main thing. They probably give it 10 out of 10. It's no point of asking me any reviews. You know I'm not really a movie critique reviewer person. You've seen my reviews on my channel, and they're just not good. It's because you guys obviously watch movies and TV shows like religiously, and you've seen these actors, the directors, the producers, all the work they've done. Whereas I'm not familiar with a lot of the stuff what you guys are, so I just go into every movie open-minded and not wanting to critique it like you guys might do for your channels and stuff. So my opinions are just like so unprofessional and stupid, but
exactly the same as mine. Exactly. Like I always feel really stupid when people start talking about oh, this is directed by this person and the score's written by this person and they also did this. It's like, oh, you know, I just go see something if I think it looks good. And some directors I know if I love them, but I'm shocking. I'll just tell you if I like it or didn't like it, and I'm as unprofessional as you can get. So
yeah, I'm pretty much the same. It's like Tim's comment just there when you're talking about some director. I was thinking, who the hell is that?
You're like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm just like a bobblehead. I'm just bobbling my head all straight, basically just agreeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. One thing I love as well, like with Lisa's weekly watches, by the way, is like your most recent one, Lisa, I watched out. Firstly, Over the Moon, like you finally got to see your name, by the way,
yes.
Over the Moon. And when you're like doing your reviews, like your cat kept jumping on you, and I was like, "This is awesome."
Dog, yes, it looks like a cat. It's a Chihuahua. It's awful, and I'm saying this film's got, and then I can't remember who's in it. It's shocking. If you watch mine, it's terrible. Don't know who's in it. I don't know who directed it. I just about know what it's called and whether I liked it or not.
No, yeah, no, but I love that because still one of my favorite Lisa Love weekly watches moment is when she said she was watching The Tinder Swindler and she said she lost her will to live watching these women. So dumb. That is still the funniest thing to me.
Oh dear me.
But I remember watching that one day, and I think after Lisa reviewed that, I think a couple weeks later, like me and my partner finally got around to watching it as well. I can get where you're coming from, Lisa, like totally with that kind of documentary series. Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's an interesting one, I guess.
Yeah, it's such stupid women. It's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's so unfortunately there's a few people fall for stuff like that though. It's crazy.
Oh, it's not good.
No, not at all. We've got Tim. He says a movie that I'm very hyped for is actually a Samsung sponsored short film called Jackals and Fireflies. It's directed by Charlie Kaufman. I'm so hyped up.
All right, who's Charlie Kaufman, Joe?
Oh, he's good, Jason. Just good stuff, man. So check him out.
Check him out.
Check him out. He's good.
You got me convinced.
I've not heard of this one, so I mean, have you guys heard about this short movie?
No. I haven't, but I love a good short film, so I'll definitely have to check it out.
No, Elliot's nodding along as well, so he's not seen it. I've not heard this one. I mean, we've got an interesting question here. This is the next one. True Action Star says, "What actor would you like to make a comeback?"
Wow, that's a good question.
Okay. I'm going to fire it over to Elliot because I know he's a little bit delayed. So, Elliot, what actor would you like to see come back?
He's like, what? Me?
I haven't the first clue. I can't think of any actors. I don't know. Does someone else want to take this one?
I would like to see Jodie Foster doing more stuff in front of the camera again. I think she's doing an awful lot of stuff behind the camera these days, but I've always loved her. Brendan Fraser, obviously, we've got back now, which is awesome. But yeah, Jodie Foster for me, I would love to see her do more like acting roles.
Yeah, that's a good pick, Lisa. Yeah, like I mean, I've got a really soft spot for Panic Room. I've always loved that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that's a good pick. D, do you want to go next?
Oh my gosh! See, I'm usually good at thinking of people. I actually was just thinking of somebody the other day. Well, I'll say one that pops out in my head. I know. And I think at this point he's just older and maybe retired and isn't as interested in doing movies right now. But I would love to see Jack Nicholson do one more like big project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he hasn't been making them.
Yeah, I would love to see him in one last big thing, and then I guess because I enjoyed her in the Thor films, but I would like to see Renee Russo. I grew up like watching her, and I feel like I haven't seen her, or Linda Hamilton. They're like those are all like actors I kind of grew up watching, and I haven't really seen that much of them now. So.
It's some good picks, D. Yeah, especially like Jack Nicholson as well. Yeah, I'd love to see him in the movie. But
he's amazing.
I don't think he'll come back though. I think he's probably happily retired. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, very quickly, I've kind of just thought of one I would like to see back. I would love to see Robert Redford in another movie personally.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
I think he retired a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
He's getting up there.
Yeah, he's getting up there, but so is Christopher Lloyd, and he's still going.
Yeah. A little bit.
But yeah, Joe, what about you? Which actor would you like to see make a comeback?
Well, for me, it's probably no amazing actors. I think probably be some like actors from my childhood era who you don't see on the screen no more. I don't. You guys might know, but like Rick Moranis, I don't know if he's been anything. I don't know if he made a brief comeback, but I'd love to see him in some more stuff.
That'd be.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like him, and then like top of my head, I can't think. But if I watched a load of films that I watched as a kid, there's probably so many actors who don't act no more. Like you got people from The Sandlot, The Big Green, Suburban Commando, all them type of films. Like it was just my childhood. I just love to see some of them, like just so I can reminisce about the good old days.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I mean, Rick Moranis would be great in another movie, and
Yeah.
I know he came back a couple of years ago and did like a commercial with Ryan Reynolds, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what I was probably thinking of, because I know he retired a long time ago. I don't know if it's because his wife was bad. I can't remember. Or something. And then I vaguely remember hearing that he did some acting credits, but I couldn't remember if it was just a movie or whatever. But yeah, Rick Moranis is probably the top pick for myself. I loved him in a lot of things. The Little Giants, I think he was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that film. Oh, so good, man.
No, cool pick. Jason, how about you?
I've been wanting Michael Myers to make a comeback. Every time he does, he makes a terrible project, and he's back to obscurity, kind of. It felt like he was on fire in the 90s when he did Wayne's World 1, Wayne's World 2, 3 Austin Powers.
I was thinking Halloween then.
What's that?
I was thinking that you thought Halloween was so bad that you wanted Michael Myers to make a comeback. Oh, I'm stupid. That's why I laughed. What you were talking about Halloween? Dear me, sorry.
Well, I will say, Lisa, to be fair, when he said that, I thought the same, but then when he started mentioning about the 90s, I was like, nah, can't be.
You weren't stupid enough to say it, though, were you?
I can't remember seeing Michael Myers and Austin Powers.
I don't think Michael Myers in Halloween.
Oh, Jason, man, you're awesome.
But yeah, I loved his stuff back in the day, and then he kind of disappeared. He tried to make a comeback with a Love Guru. Love Guru was awful. He went back. He makes appearances and stuff like Inglourious Bastards. He's had a cameo in. And I feel like he had maybe some cameos here and there, if I'm right.
Amsterdam.
And then he did this TV show on Netflix this last year called The Pentaverant, and it was pretty terrible. And I was so excited because I really would love to see a comeback from the guy, because he was absolutely hilarious. I watched him back on Saturday Night Live as well back in the late 80s, early 90s. So I've been a huge fan of his since I was a kid, but he just hadn't found the right project.
Would you like to see him do something like funny or straight, though? I'd quite like to see him do something quite straight to see what he did with it.
I agree. I think that's not a bad idea to go more serious, maybe.
He has the ability.
Like Jim Carrey's done that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, oh, sorry, you're saying, Dave?
Oh no, I was saying. Oh, I was agreeing, but I'll throw on really quickly. It just hit me. But Wesley Snipes, I don't know where he is, but I understand he's not. I know he's not doing Blade anymore, but we need him to do. I grew up watching Wesley Snipes so much, including Blade. To catch him to something.
Yeah, he was like in Expendables 3. It seems like the last time I remember seeing him. And then I don't know. He had trouble with the IRS or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he disappeared. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure though. After he had that trouble with the IRS, I think he did like a comeback kind of straight to DVD movie, if I'm not mistaken. And then who knows? Since that point, I don't know where he's gone. I'm not sure. Elliot, I'm going to come to you, man. Have you got a pick for this one?
I have one came to me. I was thinking of one while you guys were talking, and Jackie Chan would be my choice. I loved his movies growing up. He was a hero of mine. I used to run around the living room doing all the kung fu moves as badly as they were. I strangely miss those movies. I know he's getting old now, and it can't be so easy for him to do these things. But yeah, I would like to see Jackie Chan come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. But if I'm not mistaken, I think they've officially announced Rush Hour 4.
Big thumbs up.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I would like to see a Rush Hour 4. Like him and Chris Tucker's just got such amazing chemistry.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great question, no traction. So yeah, thank you for that one. That was awesome. Sin's corner saying yes, I definitely make it clear when I don't like a movie.
Yeah,
hey, that's great. And saying
that's what's awesome about it, though.
Right. More fun convo so far. Yeah, well, thank you. We've got Off the Cover saying, wow, nice big crowd today. Hope to join you guys one day soon. Well, hey, man, thanks very much for tuning in. And got Vengeance Media saying, I'd like to see a horror movie based on Hook, not necessarily Peter Pan.
That would be cool.
Yeah, an alligator, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? We've got, sorry you guys, you're killing it in the chat right now. So yeah, just trying to catch up a little bit. We've got Tim saying it might be a stretch, but you could argue Charlie Kaufman's
I've heard of this movie.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I have terrible pronunciation with that one. Yeah, I can't pronounce that, but have you guys heard of this?
I have. I don't know how to pronounce though.
Yeah. One of Philip Seymour Hoffman's probably last movies he did.
Oh, okay. Okay, no worries. Let's have a look. I think we've got Lisa back. Let's have a look.
I'm sorry, it's my connection. You keep disappearing. So yeah, you're back now. Hopefully we're okay now.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, good to have you back. Let's have a look. We've got a feature saying his performance in the whale so emotional. We'll see if he wins the Oscar.
Got fingers crossed.
Strong contention. We've got Off the Cover saying I reviewed the whale really well over on my channel. Well, yeah, check out that review if you guys can check off the Cover. I've got Sophie Stretch Review saying, hey guys, lovely to see all your beautiful faces. Hope you're happy and healthy. So hey, Sophie, you well? Got Sin's Corner saying, I've heard Puss in Boots is great. Been meaning to try to go see that sometime. Yeah, awesome. I hope you get a chance to check that one out and report back. Let us know if it's any good. Got Harry saying, look forward to seeing Matt and Pete. Yeah, they're going to be on from 9 o'clock, so definitely keep an eye out. True Action says, yeah, I agree. My wife loves Playtendo. She said he's like Poldark.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. That's actually funny. I know what that means.
We've got True Action saying, major love to you, Z-Man. You bring so much joy to streams. The happy faces all around. We need more of that these days. Well, hey, thank you very much for the compliment. And yeah, so I'm going to be back for Z Talks for at least the next 5 weeks or so. So yeah, definitely going to see me on Thursdays. And we've got True Action saying, good question. What's one of your favorite ending to a film?
The Mist. I'm in the minority of really liking the ending to The Mist because it's just so shocking, isn't it?
It is.
Not that I'm going to say what it is if you haven't seen it, but I like how that ended.
And that's not the original ending, so they actually made that for the film.
Did they? Is that not how it's supposed to have been? Oh, well, I like the ending in the film. Here's one. I prefer the Shining movie to the book. People don't like that one, but I think what they did with the movie was better than the book.
Wow.
I know it's not a popular viewpoint at all.
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know, Lisa, being honest with you.
Yeah. I was going to say, Lisa, were you not a fan of the hedge animals attacking?
No, this is the thing that was just to me ridiculous. I prefer the movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Lisa, but I mean, I love the movie, so yeah, I think it'd be tough to kind of beat the movie. But
it's one of my favorites.
But yeah, thanks for also not spoiling The Mist because I've not seen that movie, so it's
a powerful ending, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my pick very quickly is a movie, Your Name. A very beautiful ending. It wasn't meant to be the original ending either, but I'm not gonna say if anyone who's not seen it for spoilers.
Yeah, Red. Yeah.
Yeah, that one for me. Elliot, what about you?
Do you know, I've been trying to think of some, but it keeps on going back to my old go-to, and it just has to be Whiplash on this occasion. That's the best in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, wow.
Well worth to watch. Well, I mean, I might be biased, but
Whiplash. I'll put that in my wait. Sometimes I think I haven't seen something, then I look at it and it's like, oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Whiplash.
Yeah, I would definitely say, Lisa, if you get a chance, Whiplash is fantastic. I don't want to try to big it up too much, but I really like the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, great pick, Elliot.
No, I haven't seen that. No.
Wow, okay. Well, I'm excited to hear your thoughts on Whiplash, Lisa. I'm sure Elliot is as
Add
well.
it to the old list, the ever-growing list.
Joe, what about you?
Probably not the right person to answer this question. I don't know. I think top of my head, just think I'll probably say the Dawn of the Dead remake in 2004, because I quite like that. Obviously, it seems like they've survived at the end. Then you got the post-credit scenes where they're like sailing away to some random island where the thing's gonna be deserted, but there's infected people there as well, and they all end up dying anyway, which I like because it made it like. Because I love zombie films, my favorite type of movies, and usually at the end of zombie films, they always live happy ever after, and you think, right? Yeah. But in Dawn of the Dead, it made it look like there's just no hope for any human to stay alive, and I like that.
Oh, me and Joe are a bit warped.
Yeah,
because like on zombie films, like it's all guns blazing, always trapped in one place. Seems like it's no hope, and then they just somehow escape it all, and they live happy ever after if they get away from it all. But in Dawn of the Dead, when you see that, it looks like it's just everywhere, and there's no escape from it. I thought that was cool. I really like that. That's why it's one of my favorite zombie movies as well.
Cool. Hey, well, good picture, yeah. And you're right though. Like usually zombie movies, they get away usually 9 times out of 10. So it's nice that it changed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Good, great. I'm gonna go to Jason next.
Yeah, I know we've had this question before, and I've had answers before, so I'm trying to think of a different answer than what I've given. And one that I really love is Mr. Holland's Opus from 1995 with Richard Dreyfuss. And he's a teacher that teaches for 30 years, teaches music, and he's forced to retire at the end. And all the students and previous students have a big celebration for him, surprise him in the auditorium. And it's one of those moments it's like it's hard not to cry because you just feel so great, for the character. He so deserves it. Such a great teacher. And for him to get that acclamation, and everybody's like, yeah, you're important to my life. And his life meant something, that kind of thing. It's such a heartwarming ending to the movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
It's a beautiful movie. I cried buckets at the end of that. It reminded me the same sort of feel to, what was the one, Dead Poets Society with Robin Williams? Same sort of like emotion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous movie. I love that one.
Yeah, good pick, Jason. I've not seen it, but like with you saying at least about Dead Poets, yeah, I really like that movie.
Yeah, Mr. Holland's Opus is just a lovely movie. Really nice movie to watch.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
A little more uprising than Dawn of the Dead from Joe.
Sorry.
And finally, but last but not least, because I know you probably have a unique take. D, what would you go with this one?
So I have two, because I have one that's more kind of sad, uplifting, another one that's kind of happy but kind of unique. So the first is my best friend's wedding with Julia Roberts. First of all, I love this film. Of course, it takes place in my hometown of Chicago. So every time I watch it, it just brings me back to that time and that experience. But what I love about my best friend's wedding, we've seen all kinds of rom-coms. But the main character is the protagonist, but over time, she kind of slowly becomes the antagonist, and things that you're kind of rooting for her to do is kind of like, oh no, what's going on here? And what I like about the ending is that one, she loses. I won't say what that means if you haven't seen it, but she ends up losing in the end. She has to kind of reconcile her feelings and how she's handled everything. And I like that even in spite of her losing, in the end, and it's not even about her, I don't know, like the ending has to do with her embracing new friendships and kind of a new perspective on life. It's like, hey, so we missed out on this one thing, but, there's kind of a new way I can go forward, and it doesn't have to be a perfect, happy ending. Because I think you would go into that film thinking like, oh, she's going to end up with this person. And it's not about that. It's about actually having to let go of certain friendships or people you thought, who served a certain purpose in your life, and, being okay with moving on. So I think even though it's a rom-com, it's very poignant in the way that it kind of, is willing to have that ending, because it's not the typical rom-com ending. And then my second one would be the Joy Luck Club. Again, no spoilers, but the central kind of figure of that film is a woman who was dealing with the loss of her mother, and then discovering her past in China. And, it's all about the relationships between these Chinese-born women and their American-born daughters, and the conflicts that come as a result of that. And at the end of the film, she's always felt like a disappointment to her mother. There are all these unresolved feelings. And at the end of the film, she actually travels back to China. And I won't say who she's visiting, but in doing that, she feels like in doing that, she not only is able to kind of contend with her mother's passing, but realizing she's done the greatest thing she could have ever done for her. And that now her family and her legacy is now going to take on something new, and they're able to put the sadness and the grief and the disruption of the past aside and really move forward in a new way.
What's that one called, Dee? The what club?
The Joy Luck Club.
All right, I haven't seen that. I need to see that.
No.
Oh, I would love to hear your thoughts on that, Lisa.
Nah, as I say, yeah, Dee, I've not heard of that one, to be honest. My best friend's wedding I've heard of course. I haven't got to it though.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Cha Cha Real Smooth yet?
I have, yeah.
What did you think to the ending of it, just with what you were saying about my best friend's wedding?
I kind of saw it coming a little bit. I wasn't 100% sure, but it's kind of the same thing from what I remember as far as the main.
I loved the ending of that.
Yeah.
It was so mature for such a young writer. I thought, I couldn't believe someone so young wrote the ending that he wrote. I was really impressed. Just reminded me with what you were saying about my best friend's wedding.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, so Cha Cha Real Smooth, Lisa, is also on my list because I saw your review, and I've also seen Sean from Lost in the Reels review on it as well, and Sarah from
It's excellent. It's very, very good.
Yeah,
I think it was Sarah's review that I saw that made me really want to see it. She's always really insightful about what she says. She always does a really intelligent review. She always makes me feel thick. but I love her reviews. And I'm like, yeah, I like this. She says what's in here, but that never comes out here properly. But yeah, Sarah's lovely.
Oh man. Well, thank you for the question interaction. We've got Soph saying, me and Jason watched a film called Host last night on Shudder. Gave me a panic attack. I was hyperventilating. Well, I hope you're okay. She says, any of you guys seen or heard of it? Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Really good, independent, like kind of over COVID kind of situation movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sophie, I recommend you check out a movie called Profile. If you like Host, you will love Profile. It genuinely chilled me to the bone, and it's not a supernatural thing at all. It's chilling. It's fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you had just recommended that one to me, Lisa. After Missing, I think you had mentioned something about it. I want to
see Missing. Yeah. Oh, that's so good, so good.
Yeah, like we haven't got Missing in the UK yet. I don't believe.
No. I really want to see that.
Me too, because I absolutely love Searching. I don't think it gets talked about enough.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Profile. I never hear anyone talk about it, but it's like a real life kind of situation movie. The only person I ever heard mention it was Jonathan from Man of Movies, and that's where I heard about it, and I was blown away. I loved it.
I'll have to check that out. At least I've not heard of it, to be honest. It sounds unique.
It's not. People don't really talk about. Maybe it just really. You know the way sometimes a movie just really works for you. It's. I want to watch something that actually really chills me or scares me, which is quite difficult. But there was a part in this that just put the fear of God into me. It was like, oh my God, it really frightened me. So I love it. I love anything that can make me feel like a really intense emotion. So yeah, that did.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that. At least you've got me curious, because today I got sent a screener from Shudder for that Skinamarink, and I've not got high hopes.
Oh Jesus Christ, no! I can't wait to see what you say about that. That's out now on Shudder. Oh, it's awful. I think I saw Elliot's review of that before I saw it, and he's spot on, completely spot. It's shocking. It's terrible.
Hey, Demon, I'll do what you want. I just don't know what you're saying or something.
Exactly.
No idea, Demon.
No idea what you want.
I mean, like with that show, right? I've seen like quite a few reviews on it, like with you guys and stuff, and like the plot sounds cool about like the dad goes missing and like the kids wake up with no windows or doors, and I was like wow.
You kind of need to read the synopsis to even know that. It's like if I hadn't read the synopsis, you don't even really realize a lot of what's going on. And I'd like read, or you only see people from like the waist down, or so. None of that bothered me. I thought it sounded really interesting and different. It's shockingly bad. It's terrible. It's got no storyline. It's not frightening. It's the kids when they talk, you can't hear what they're saying. And even if the scariest thing about it is they show a TV with old cartoons on it in the background. The cartoons are scarier than the film. It's that bad. Okay. True. Can't wait to hear what you think of it, Mike.
I'll let you know soon. But Elliot's applauding, so I'm assuming he's agreeing with you, Lisa.
He's right, I tell you.
Well, going back to the question very quickly about like which actors you would like to see maybe make a return. Feature Junkie brings up a cool one. He says Macaulay Culkin would be interested if the right project came up.
I agree.
Yeah. Excellent actor.
That'd be interesting. Or Soph says cool picks. Christian Slater or Matthew Lillard.
I think she's thinking about the visuals there.
Probably.
I think she likes Matthew Lillard, doesn't she? Christian Slater, I love. I don't know where he's disappeared to.
Was he on TV or am I crazy?
I haven't seen him in ages. I used to love Christian Slater.
He was on a TV show. I can't remember, but
right, we maybe didn't get that. We don't get everything over here, or sometimes it's quite hard to seek things out that's released in the US, sort of that's common knowledge. But I haven't seen him in years.
Same here, Lisa. Yeah, I mean, the last movie I've seen him in, which was obviously a movie from a while ago, my terrible movie project, was Alone in the Dark. And that was in like early 2000s.
I've seen that and I don't even remember
it. That's why. It's terrible.
Oh God, but he's such a good actor though.
Right.
Somebody was watching one that he was Untamed Heart he was in. I loved him in that, but that's showing how old I am. An Interview with the Vampire, he was really good in that. I haven't Pump Up the Volume, but I haven't seen him in years.
So I would say part of that is because he's done a lot of like voice work. He was in the Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay animated film. He's done like a lot. I think he's been on Archer. He's done a lot of like voice work type of stuff. As far as a series that would be interesting to see him in, I think what you were talking about, Jason, he was in Dirty John. It's the Betty Broderick story. I think he plays the husband in that.
Oh, okay. Is that the one that they had the documentary about?
I think that's
right. I didn't watch that, but because I'd seen the documentary, right, I might watch it if he's in it.
Yeah, it's interesting. And we've got Harry Stashan here saying Christian Slater was in Mr. Robot as well.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So here's a question from True Action, which kind of made me laugh. So talking about like actors and getting excited for stuff. You guys looking forward to Fast 10?
I haven't seen one of those movies. Not even one. No interest whatsoever.
Lisa, don't do it to yourself.
I have no interest at all. It just men driving fast cars. I did watch Gone in 60 Seconds because I love Nicolas Cage, which I enjoyed, I have to admit. but I've never seen any of the Fast and Furious movies.
Elliot, which channel is in a Vin Diesel there?
Do you have a Fast and Furious tattoo, Elliot?
Yeah.
Family? I don't know.
Family, yeah. Family.
So from what I've heard, I heard this the other day. I think they're actually going to split Fast 10 into 2 parts, and they're going more serious route apparently with it. I mean, they went to the moon in the last movie, Lisa, so I don't know how they're going to go serious.
Dear me. Oh dear. It gets worse. I know a lot of people that love those movies. It's just, I'm not saying they're terrible. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not into that kind of thing. Like when I watch a movie that's got a car chase scene in it, I get so bored if it goes on too long. Ambulance, was it called Ambulance? The Michael Bay film? Yeah. That's an example. Everyone loved that movie. I was bored senseless because the car chase scene went on so long. I just don't like that kind of thing personally. So that's why I've never watched those.
Lisa, did you see Mad Max Fury Road?
Yes.
How did you feel about it?
I wasn't a fan of that either, I have to admit.
One big car chase scene.
No, I just don't like it. It bores me. I hate it.
Well, Lisa, you know what it is? I'm going to say, I'm glad you said that because I'm not a fan of that movie where everyone raves about Mad Max Fury Road.
No. I like the original, like the very first Mad Max, but no. After that, not a fan at all.
No. I mean, I don't blame you. So, yeah, just very quickly, I just want to say anyone who's watching live right now, we've got 18 people. So, thank you very much. And, well, jumped up to 20. So, thank you. Leave any comments. We're going to get to your chat. We're a little bit behind, but we're going to get to them. One thing I would love to see is D Movieman reviewing Fast and Furious 9 or 10. I would pay to see his review.
You should take requests, D, and review stuff that the worst things we can think of to get you to try and analyze for us. That would be fun.
Yeah, so as far as Fast 9, that ended up on my I do disappointing and not worst, even though if I had a worst list, it would be on there. So I briefly mentioned it. And I actually did a trailer reaction for it when it was first coming out, and I had and then my friends was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about the film." I watched that. I'm like, I'm not even going to waste the time, energy, effort, battery power, electricity. Absolutely not.
Think about the entertainment value for us though watching you. That would be hilarious.
Oh, dear, you crack me up. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that trailer reaction. No. I can just imagine a lot of it's playing out. D just like. Oh, D, I would love to see a trailer reaction from you of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That I would love to see as well.
No, he has to watch it and review it.
Yeah, that as well.
We should all make a pact here that we will watch it and review it.
There we go.
Even Jason.
Come to the dark side.
Here we go.
I mean, getting Jason to watch a horror movie's hard enough as it is, but hey,
a bad horror movie, yeah, that wouldn't be good. It's not going to bring him over to the dark side, is it? Make him watch that. No.
I finally watched a horror movie. That's funny.
Well, very quickly, any of you guys excited for Fast 10?
No.
I'm really excited that it's the beginning of the end.
Gosh.
True Action Star might really like it.
Really?
Maybe we're being really horrible.
Fast 7, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, people obviously like when we're still making a movie, so must be making money still.
So much money.
I know loads of people that love them, so I thought it was just me that didn't.
No.
I came home from a night out. This was years ago, and I was really drunk, and it must have been 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. And as you do, we with a kebab sat down, put the telly on, flicking through the channels, and it was one of the Fast and Furious movies. I can't remember which one, but I think it was Jason Statham stomped on the ground and basically caused an entire landslide, and it was one of the greatest things.
Oh man! That might have been Hobson Shaw, maybe. I'm not sure.
I mean, I was a little bit.
He
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I mean, if you do like Fast and Furious, that's fair play. I'm not here to kind of take that away from you, but yeah, none of us are excited for Fast 10. Apart from it's, well, they actually, you said it was beginning at the end, but they're probably going to get spin-offs in the works and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just say this really quick because I've never really been into the franchise. If you watch the first one, it is so far removed from the direction that they've taken with the rest of it. So it's weird. There's almost this very serious, grounded, kind of expose almost on like the street racing life and this underground thing. And so I've never been a car person, so it never really appealed to me in that sense. But and just kind of seeing where it's gone. What I will give it credit for, because it just happened to be on the television. I do think Fast 5, if you just so happen to watch one, I think that's the perfect balance of kind of the serious, more grounded part and kind of the ridiculousness before it goes into diving through Dubai buildings and skyscrapers and just madness. So I'll give it credit for that. And it is kind of funny if you just want to turn off your brain and just kind of like, okay, it doesn't matter what reality is or logic or any of that. But I think at this point, seeing how they're determined to squeeze the money out, I just felt like once Paul Walker was in the picture, it's like you have a good conclusion to this. Stop milking it just for money. So that's why I'm not happy about where it is now.
Yeah,
right.
Agreed.
Yeah,
it's like what D says. I didn't mind the first couple of movies, but I suppose how many movies can you make about like underground street racing? so they have just like completely went away from the original concept of the movies to like go to the moon. Just ignore me. I don't even know what else to say about that movie. To be honest, like it's got Vin Diesel in. You should know it's going to be awful. So.
Oh, poor Vin Diesel.
Did it kind of change in the fourth film where it went from street racing to being kind of an all-out action movie?
Yeah, like heist type.
Yeah.
I think the series kind of changed, and then when they put Dwayne Johnson in the fifth or sixth one, to me that made the series actually really fun. But now it's kind of gone on. Now he's back out of the movie because him and Vin Diesel don't get along, and so it's back to not being that good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like 10 of, what I mean? It's a lot of, what is it you call it? Additions, a lot of entries in the franchise. 10 movies. I think they've done it to death a bit by now.
Yeah. It's crazy that it's going to eventually have more movies than the Saw franchise.
I love the Saw franchise, and
well,
I recognize that most of them are awful. I will admit the first one's a masterpiece. I won't have anyone tell me any different, but the rest of them get gradually worse and worse. But something about it works for me. I love them. I can't get enough of the Saw. I will go and see them as long as they make them. But I totally get
franchise,
I love it.
Well, Lisa, good news is Saw 10's coming out this year.
I know. Toby Bell's in it. How the hell are they going to swing that?
Right.
Well, I'll go see it. I don't care. Why I love it so much is when the first one I saw in the cinema, has everybody seen it?
Jason, you haven't, right?
I'm not going to say what happens, but what happens at the end, I was so totally not expecting.
Yeah.
I actually had a proper physical reaction in the cinema. I got chills from my head to my feet, and I will always remember that feeling. And I think that's why I love Saw so much, because it's not often I get affected like that. So I've watched every one they've done, and some of them have been terrible, but I've enjoyed them anyway. That's just my franchise. I love it.
It's so
oh,
sorry, but
oh, sorry, go on, D.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just saying. I was just on a live stream with Sin. She's done like we were doing the 2000s live stream, so we would kind of detail our thoughts on films from a certain year. And so we just did 2010 this past Tuesday, and so they mentioned Saw 3D, and I mentioned how, regardless of how some people may not be a fan of it, but I feel like it's one of those things where you either kind of love it or hate it, and you can kind of go with the flow of what they're doing, and you get into the kills and the traps and just kind of the sadistic, element of it all. But as someone who had watched all of them, I was shocked by how, because there's an obvious formula and format for this. So I don't know who was on board with Saw 3D, but like within the first 15 minutes, I was like, oh no, what's going on here? And it was just such a mess. And it's like, this is the finale. Like, this is not the time to screw up.
Yeah, I will admit, I love the franchise, but I will never say that they're good movies, because other than the first one, they're not. But for some reason, I think it's the sort of like, what have they done and can they get out of it? It's the sort of moral side of things for me. It's like punishing nasty people, or can they possibly escape this thing? Maybe I'm just warped. I don't know. I like a good horror movie, and I love Saw.
No, Lisa, I get what you mean. So very quickly, is like me and my partner have literally sat down and watched all 9 of them, like pretty much back to back. Saw 3D, bottom of the list for sure. Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Even below Spiral. Did you think it was worse than Spiral?
I think Spiral gets a bad rep because
Spiral one with Chris Rock in.
Yeah, So for me, like just very quickly, is Spiral, I think, takes it more back to its roots than like the crazy here's a gore fest kind of trap.
Yeah.
I appreciated that. Definitely some things I didn't like in the movie, but I don't mean
I thought Spiral was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Took it back to its roots, I think.
I love them.
So very quick. So very quick. Oh, sorry, Adias.
I was just going to say, I for Spiral, I liked it. I didn't love it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good?
Sorry,
did anyone see Jigsaw? Was that any good?
Yeah, I enjoyed Jigsaw as well.
Yes, I've seen all of them, and they all blur into one, to be honest. But I don't know, I just like a gory movie. There's something wrong with me. I'm not a fan of Hostel, and people use the expression torture porn a lot, and I'm not really a fan of that. I don't know why I like Saw so much. I think it's just the sort of moral thing about it. That's what does it for me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, very quickly, it is gone just after 9 o'clock, so we've got 2 guests waiting. So just before we sign out for Joe and Lisa, I just want to thank firstly Joe and Lisa for joining me for the first hour. Our pleasure having you. And very quickly, Joe, will take it from you first. Do you want to just plug what you've got coming up on your channel?
I think I've only got 2 videos ready to release. I've got I got trying the world's hottest noodles. That's one of them. So Jason will enjoy that one. He likes seeing me in pain.
Oh yeah.
And the other one's I did a DNA test on my dog, and
Yes, I know people have done that. That's really interesting to find out what they are. Cool.
Yeah, so there are 2 long videos I've got. I'll be doing loads of like brain teaser YouTube shorts in the meantime, and I've got the world's hottest chocolate bar, what I'll be doing a video on soon. I've got some more food challenge ideas I'll be doing as well. So, yeah, just random stuff.
Take care of yourself, Joe. Don't get sick.
I appreciate it, Jason. I really should take care of my body a bit better.
Well, go subscribe over to Joe's channel. He's not too far from 1,000, to be honest. So, yeah, please go support Joe. And lastly, Lisa, what have you got coming up?
Hopefully over the weekend I will have a sort of Come With Me for the Whale and Knock at the Cabin, where the whole family is going to see Knock at the Cabin on Saturday. It's only a 12A, so we can all go see it. And then just as usual, next week I'll have my normal what I watched over the last week. So that's all I'm planning really at the minute.
Sweet. Well, some awesome videos from Lisa. They come with her to the cinema and the family. That's going to be awesome. And the weekly watches, Lisa, I'm intrigued what you're going to check out next.
Yes, yes, we shall see.
Yeah. So firstly,
you add it to the list to check out.
Awesome. I'll be watching, Lisa. So thank you to Joe and Lisa for joining me for the first hour. And yeah, the guys will be back. But yeah, we'll Jason, D, and Ellie stay in fire. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Mike. Have a great stream, guys. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 All right. So yeah, we've got 2 guests in the wings waiting. So firstly, let's bring on Pete from PlayTendo. Hey, Pete.
Hey, Mike. Hey, everyone. Hope you're well.
Hey, you too. Yeah, thanks for joining me, man. And
thanks for the invite.
Welcome. And we've also got a first-time guest who I've seen on Pete and Scott's live stream quite a bit. And yeah, this guy's got really great energy, and that is Matt from Vengeance. Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, man, it's good to be here, man.
Yeah,
good to be here. I'm like fangirling right now, man, because like I followed you for a bit, Mike, and like I'm obsessed with your tattoos, man, because I've got a few tattoos myself. So just to be here in the presence of you guys is just fucking amazing. So sorry, I don't know if I can, but thank you so much for having me, man.
Hey, welcome, dude. Yeah, if you want to swear, go for it. But yeah, thanks for being here, dude. Yeah, so very quickly, Matt, you don't have a YouTube right now, right?
No, I do everything via Instagram and TikTok. So I started it last year, pretty much, doing live streams with my co-host Mike Taylor, who is known as T Shizzle. He's a great lad, and we've been doing it for almost over a year now. We switched it up this year. We're interviewing some cool people that have worked on movies, who have been in movies or composed movies. I just did an interview with a composer recently, who's done quite a few scores for some horror movies. So that was really cool. And then we set up a community chat, the Vengeance Squad, and it's just a crazy place to be. It's awesome. It's fun. We're it's just a loving, positive bunch of people that love movies, and yeah, that's what we do.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Well, I've left the link to your Instagram, man. So for people to come and check you out as well, so definitely go give Matt a follow on Instagram. And yeah, you know, one thing I think can say for all of us is it's great that we've got like this YouTube community where we can talk and like we're all just like-minded on movies and shows and stuff. So it's always really nice to have that. And yeah, so Matt, welcome. And next we've got, of course, a guy who's been on my stream quite a few times, probably doesn't need an introduction. But yeah, Pete, do you want to just plug your channel very quick?
Yeah, sure. I ask people this every week, but when it comes to me, I don't know what to say. But yeah, it's me, Pete, Playtendogui. I buy hauls of films that mostly keep sealed, and I do live streams on a Wednesday night. It's a lot of fun. We sometimes go for 4 hours. We sometimes go for 8 hours, but it's all a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, pleasure having you, Pete. Yeah, Pete does every Wednesday live streams with his course, Mike, and Andy. Got Matt on the stream, not Matt, Mike and Andy. And yeah, at some point, Pete's going to be doing a 24-hour stream. I've heard in the works, right?
Yeah, sometime this year, hopefully. I'm going to have to top up on the coffee for it. I'll probably be falling asleep halfway through it.
Well, I'll be tuning in, Pete. Don't you worry. So yeah. So again, welcome to Pete and Matt. Pretty much, guys, we've just been going through some comments. So we've got one here. I'm quite intrigued to hear your thoughts on. We've got Norin, and he asks, "What is your favorite project announced by James Gunn and DC's next coming years?"
Yeah.
Just very quickly, have we all heard the announcement? Yeah. All right. Good. I didn't want to kind of say it and no one's heard it and spoil it, you know. So yeah, I'm going to go over to Joeson first. Joeson, what would you say is your kind of favorite project you're looking forward to with James Gunn?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. Like looking at, like, I'm not a big comic book guy, so I don't really know a lot of the stuff that he talked about in there. I'm just kind of oblivious to. But I'm kind of interested in this series called The Authority, because I don't know anything about it. But James Gunn is like running it, and James Gunn is so good at that kind of movies with a bunch of different superheroes like Guardians of the Galaxy, the Suicide Squad. So this looks like another kind of dysfunctional superhero group that he's kind of in charge of. So I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I like the idea of James Gunn doing another one of those kind of movies.
Yeah, I think that's a cool pick, and I can see where you're coming from, because with like the latest Suicide Squad, like one of the best characters for me was the Polka Dot Man, and I knew nothing about him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm intrigued as well. So that's a cool answer. I'm going to go over to Matt next.
I'm going to echo the Forgotten World of Movies opinion from last night. DC's just an absolute car crash at the moment.
Yeah.
So if James Gunn can kind of, I don't know, sort of make it better or make it more epic in a way where DC is now notable again, I'm with it. Yeah, I mean, I'll go see it. But for me, I think probably I'm more interested in Swamp Thing, because I know they did a series not too long ago, a couple of years ago. I think it got cancelled after one season. But I really enjoyed that, and I was really pissed that they decided to cancel it. So I mean, I'm probably Swamp Thing. I'm probably more intrigued with Superman as well. I see what they did with that, I think, as well. But if I want anything from DC, it's just Batman 2. Just give me that in my veins.
Right.
I need that in my veins right now.
But you had to wait a while, I think, for that one.
Yeah, 225 apparently.
It's going to be a while. I mean, very quickly, Lisa's just echoing kind of what you were saying there, Matt, about DC being a car crash. And yeah, I agree. It pains me to say, but I agree, yeah. One thing I will just very quickly add, though, Matt, what you were saying, is the fact that with the Batman coming out in 2025, I'm kind of happy that's the case, because, I mean, we all saw what the Batman delivered with 7 years in production. With COVID obviously helped that a bit, you know, but like what came from that movie, so they're not like rushing the second one out. Same with Joker 2 as well. It's been 2019, I think, that came out, the first one, right?
Yeah.
So is that one for 2025 as well? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
I think it'll be sooner, because they did release a few images of Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No.
But no, she looks phenomenal. She looks great. Yeah. So they did release a few images of Harley Quinn as Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, and I think that's coming within the next year or so, maybe. I've got a feeling.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I can imagine Lady Gaga being great, though, because, I mean, besides going into movies, even when she was doing a singing career and, you know, kind of starting out more, she'd always wear these wacky outfits and kind of get just straight into it. So putting that into a movie, I can't imagine it not working.
Yeah.
So
you can have that New York accent as well. So.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
I've got a lot of fatigue, superhero fatigue at the moment. There's a lot of fatigue going on with superhero movies. Like I say, DC's just a car crash, but I can't take credit for that. Andy said that last night, so shout out to Forgotten World of Movies. But yeah, I do agree with what he was saying last night. So
yeah, I think it's a fair point. I'm going to go over to Elliot next. So, Elliot, what would you say you're looking forward to?
It's tough to say, really, because I was quite underwhelmed by the announcement. There wasn't anything that really grabbed me. And actually, I still felt a little bit confused about things. Like, on one level, I am excited about Batman, the Brave and the Bold. But what does that mean in regard to Robert Pattinson's Batman? Does that mean that that's going to stop? There's as many questions as it answers. It poses more questions. So I'm sort of still just hanging in there and waiting to see the first steps be taken, see how it goes, and then I'll give it a chance. But of the projects that I'm excited about, it would be between Matt Reeves' Batman and the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movies that are the ones that really excite me.
Yeah, great pick, Elliot, and I'm the same. I mean, just very quickly before I over to D, just want to head something that Elliot was saying about the announcement itself from James Gunn. Don't know about you guys, but I was a bit confused as well, because he was saying about like Shazam coming this year, Aquaman, Blue Beetle, and he's like, well, they're still going to happen, but then he's like, 2025 with Superman Legacy is going to reset the whole thing. So it's kind of like, so it's kind of like, are these movies this year just going to be like, take them and then nothing's happening with these characters ever again? It's just like, what would be the point?
It's almost like none of it matters.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They're in too deep with the other films. They've put so much money into them, so they've got to just release them.
They got to make
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but in a way, if they're going to do that, right, I hope they've gone back to the editing room and like give them like endings to like just conclude their arcs, kind of thing. So at least we know, like, right, that's the end of Shazam, that's the end of Aquaman. Blue Beetle, they've just cast like Shola Maladwenia from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal.
Right. So I mean, what would be the point of hiring him for Blue Beetle and being like, nah, we'll ditch him, you know?
Yeah.
No, they're going to do Flashpoint. That's going to reset everything. And then Blue Beetle, I think, is the next movie after that.
Yeah, but then they were saying the other day, like, Superman Legacy is going to redefine the whole thing or reset it. And I'm like, what's going on?
Well, the Matt Reeves Batman is like separate. It's a different whole thing. So it has nothing connected with the DCU and Joker. So those things will be elsewhere, as he said.
Yeah, I think you're saying like Batman and like Todd Phillips's Joker is going to be like completely separate.
Yeah, completely separate.
So it'll be interesting to see if Rob Pattinson and Joker mesh together in that universe. That would be quite cool.
I don't know if they'll... They all got their own Jokers and Batmans and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too much Batman.
There's 3 different Jokers now. I don't know. It's
it's a bit all over. D, what about you?
I am most interested right now. I kind of get what you guys are coming from. I have my expectations for everything superhero related has just kind of been just in the middle. I'm like, if there are interesting things that are solid, cool, but I'm kind of, in between. I understand what everyone says about the fatigue and things like that, but I'm kind of in the middle right now. But I would say from what I saw, first off, Swamp Thing, because I don't know that much about the character. Like, I know I've seen the cover of the comics and things like that, but I don't know that much about Swamp Thing in general. So it'd be nice to see just how they're going to explore that character. And what this, I guess, new take on it is going to be. And then the Lanterns series sounds really interesting because again, something else I don't know a whole lot about, but what I've seen, I just think that world with the Lanterns is really interesting. So it'll be unique to kind of see how they explore that. And then I also think I've always been intrigued by Themyscira. So the whole Paradise Lost, I'd be interested in seeing like what kind of stories they can tell that's centered around that, because that aspect of the first film is something I really enjoyed, and of course the film isn't about that specifically. So seeing what they would do with the narrative focused around that, I think would be cool.
Yeah, no, yeah, awesome. And that Paradise Lost, is that the one that he was explaining about Westeros kind of crossing over with something else?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. And finally, Pete, what would you say you're looking forward to?
Well, I don't really know at the moment. I would probably have to say the Batman as of yet, because I think that's going to be amazing regardless. With all what's going on with DC at the moment, it is a bit unsure what's happening, but hopefully James Gunn delivers. I think it's just a case of waiting and see what happens. But there's a good list of stuff coming. Hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see like where it's going to go. And D said he's going to hop out and he's going back in, so he's coming back. Yeah, very quickly, for Matt and Pete, I think you guys were tuning in before, but we had a question about which actor we would like to see return, make a comeback. We've got Man Cinema Reviews. He's saying Jason Patrick is an underrated actor. His peak, Material Sleepers, Your Friends and Neighbours. He was a madman in. Banark is his intense crown achievement. Great cop movie with him and Ray Liotta. He said he would like to see him with a comeback as well. So that's pretty cool. Got Sin's Corner saying, what's your favourite movie quote / line of dialogue?
Good question.
That is a good question.
A good one.
Matt, do you have one?
Come back to me. Come back to me on that one. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I would say mine is like be Back to the Future, but that would be kind of like an easy kind of cop out answer, to be honest. So I have to think. Do any of you guys want to take it if you've got one?
Yeah, I can kick things off if it gives other people time to think. I mean, there's so many. There's so many, and there's films I haven't even seen yet that I know have big quotes that are really memorable and people love. But one that is really loved that I also loved upon watching, it has to be Look How They Massacred My Boy from the Godfather. It's just a really heartbreaking scene, and it's the one time you see Marlon Brando's Godfather genuinely look like he's been hurt, like someone's gut punched this untouchable person, and it's crazy because they're not good people, really, and yet you feel really sorry and sad for them in that moment. So for me, that's probably my favorite movie quote of all time.
That's a great pick, Elliot. Yeah, and such a strong moment as well. I think Matt, have you got one?
Yep, it's come to me. I could probably think of so many better ones, but from my mind right now, I've just finished watching the other day The Wolf of Wall Street on 4K, the Arrow set.
Oh yeah.
And one of the lines that always kills me in that movie is when Margot approaches him, Leo, in that scene that everyone knows. He goes, and I fucked her brains out for all night for 11. No, so I fucked her brains out for 11 seconds. And it gets me every time. It's such a classic scene. But yeah, I mean, there's so many from Evil Dead that I could quote, because Evil Dead's one of my favorite horrors of all time. Scream, I want to see what your insides look like. I want to, and it's like so many cool. Yeah, there's so many. I mean, how can you pick some? So many.
Very true, man. I think that one from Wolf of Wall Street's a great one, by the way.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that scene in 4K is amazing.
It's a selling point.
I brought this on 4K to be honest.
Yeah. Introduction to Margot Robbie for me. Yeah.
And it hasn't left his brain since.
What an introduction to her, though.
Right. I mean, Jason, you haven't seen Babylon yet, right?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
You're in for a treat with some scenes with Margot in that one as well. I'll just say
yeah, I agree. That Babylon was amazing. But you got to be eagle-eyed. You got to be quick with the eyes in that scene in Babylon.
Right. You do. I've got one that's not Back to the Future related. It's a pretty kind of simple one, but it's kind of one from my childhood. Gotta go Home Alone, and just when in the airport, it's like, pass it to Kevin, pass it to Kevin, pass it to Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin! That's just so memorable for me. Pete, what about you?
It's a really quite hard question. I can think of stuff like iconic ones like from Terminator and Back to the Future, but there's one in Heat that I really like. It's in between the coffee scene with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. It's quite a funny one. Al Pacino says to De Niro, "You ever wanted a regular type of life?" And he just says, "What the fuck is that?" I thought that was quite a funny and good quote.
Okay, yeah. That's a good one, Pete. And D, do you have a favorite movie quote or line of dialogue?
Yes, I have a specific one because I feel like it. I feel like it very much is attuned to me, and it describes me to a T, in some form or fashion. But in I believe it's the film All About Eve. There's a moment where two of the characters are sitting in the back seat, and they over the weekend they've had a fight and they've made up, and now they're kind of in this weird space. They're sitting in the car because the car is stalled and they're waiting to get gas, and so it's kind of a weird, awkward moment between them. And so the other one asks to cut on the radio, and as soon as they do, it's like this really sad, weepy violin music. And so the main character, Betty Davis's character, Margot Channing, she looks over, like while this music is playing, she's looking around like, so she looks over and she's like, do you still want to listen to the radio? She's like, it doesn't matter to me. So she quickly shuts off the radio, and then she sits there and she says, I despise cheap sentiment. And that is one of my favorite movie quotes because that is very much how I am when it comes to watching anything that's emotionally, manipulative or therapy or saccharine or just, I don't know, cheap as far as emotions and things like that. So that's one of my favorite lines for the most part. There are other ones, but that's just the one that comes to mind immediately.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a good pick, man.
That's cool. I've never seen All About Eve, so yeah, that sounds intriguing. To be fair, so yeah, well, thank you for the question, Sin's Corner. Got Your Action Star says, "Have you ever seen the movie Scarface?" I haven't. No.
I love Scarface.
There's
Scarface, what? Al Pacino one, yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen this one, but I did go to CX the other day, and I saw like a really nice steelbook of it.
Yeah, I mean it's a film that you at least got to watch once. It's incredible. Brian De Palma killed that movie. He's so good. Brian De Palma was amazing directing that movie, and Pacino gives one of his performance. It's so cliche. It's like the most cliched, overquoted movie of all time. Like, say hello to my little friend. Like it's so good. Yeah, and the music is amazing in the movie as well. Like the music is incredible. It's pure 80s. If you love GTA Vice City, you'll love this because it's got the same music pretty much. It's just, yeah, it's amazing.
Wow. Okay.
I wrote, sorry.
No, go on, Elliot.
I was just going to say, I actually wrote one of my assignment essays for university was on Scarface, and I got pretty high marks on it. So I love Scarface, and the second I got the opportunity to write about it, I ran with it. It's the happiest I've been writing an essay.
Hey, Chico.
Can we read it?
Oh, God, I don't know. Maybe one day.
But I just like an honourable mention on the last question with the quotes. It's just come to me. It's probably Bad Boys for Life when they're on the airplane and Martin Lawrence goes to Will Smith. He goes, "We ride together, we die together," and people look so concerned on this airplane, like thinking they're terrorists or something. That scene gets me all the time, and the fact that they've announced Bad Boys 4 has made me happy. So
yeah.
3 was really good.
Yeah, I'm intrigued for Bad Boys 4. Yeah, I'll go see it because I remember seeing the last one in the cinema and quite enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
wasn't the best, but I still enjoyed it. So yeah, we've got a question from Tim here. He says, thoughts on James Mangold possibly directing the Swamp Thing movie for DC? Yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah, same. I think that's quite a good shout, actually. For it's a different one. I wouldn't expect it, but the more I think about it, the more I like it.
Something different from him.
Yeah.
Yes. What about you guys? Just anyone, if you just want to chime in, do you think it's a good decision or not?
Is this the guy who directed Logan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, very good choice then. Yeah, I'll be totally up for that. He's also doing the new Indiana Jones one, so yeah, I think he's a good shout.
Take my money.
Yeah, man. I think it's a good shout because I know James Gunn also said like with Swamp Thing, sorry, it's going to be like a higher age rating. It's not going to fully fit into the projects they've got, but it's going to fit in somehow. So. I've got an interesting one I just want to quickly flick through. I'm not a fan at all of this guy, but I know people like him. Because Traction Star says, thoughts on the Guy Ritchie movies. I've been very vocal about this, especially with Elliot. Like, I'm not a fan of Guy Ritchie movies. So I don't know if any of you guys want to take this one.
I think Man from U.N.C.L.E. is actually a pretty underrated movie. I really enjoyed that one.
I agree.
I thought was really good in the movie. Okay. I thought Henry Cavill was like, he was okay as Superman. I just thought he was this big bulking guy. But in Man from U.N.C.L.E., he was actually kind of funny and suave. And I was like, man, he has some charisma about him I didn't know he had. And made me kind of more of a Henry Cavill fan more than Superman, in my opinion. I like to see more Henry Cavill because of that movie. Sherlock Holmes is a good. There's only 2 movies in that series, but obviously Robert Downey Jr. just totally nails that character, and it's got a really good combination of mystery, comedy, and action in it that I enjoy.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear, Jason. Glad that you enjoy it, man. I mean, we've got very quickly trying to add this comment. Lisa says, I don't like Guy Ritchie movies either. It's all British mafia movies.
Yeah, I'm the same. I don't like the East End gangster kind of type films. Not really my kind of cup of tea. Too close to home. I don't mind watching Los Angeles and gangbangers and stuff like that. 'Cause it's America, but yeah. But like Snatch and Lock, Stock and all that, not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Man from U.N.C.L.E. I thought it was a good film. Also, one of the highlights of it was Alicia Vikander in that film. Made me realise I'm a fan of her now.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for true action stars. It's like, yeah, I don't like this guy. He's true action star.
Oh, man. It's just from like what Guy Ritchie did to King Arthur was.
Oh.
Yeah. It was diabolical, that film was.
Oh, no.
Like, absolutely ruined Charlie Hunnam in that movie. And
they had David Beckham in it as well, didn't they? Oh, terrible cameo as well.
Oh, man. I'm telling you now, Guy Ritchie, give him a couple of movies, David Beckham will be the lead star of the movie.
Oh, please, spare us.
Guy Ritchie kind of overdoes it on like slow-mo, doesn't he? Am I right?
Oh, and I despise it so much. Yes.
Yeah, he does it on the style, kind of like Snyder to me. Like some of it's okay, but it's like it's overdone. I don't know.
I've always thought that Guy Ritchie is the guy who wishes he was Tarantino, but just isn't. Basically.
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, I think the only Guy Ritchie movie I quite liked was The Gentleman.
That's pretty good. I do like that one.
Because Matthew McConaughey was great in that film.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say, Matthew McConaughey is the only saving grace of that movie for me. So
yeah,
I'll give you that one.
Hugh Grant weren't too bad in that. He was quite a surprise as well, I must admit.
But then I heard from Elliot, if I'm not mistaken, because you recently watched Operation Fortune. Hugh Grant's just like the same in that. It's
quite confusing because it's not a sequel from The Gentleman, but he seems to be the same character. It would be a prequel to The Gentleman. I'm really not 100% sure. But then they also have other actors I think were in The Gentleman, but are playing different characters in this. So, yeah, it was very early on I noticed, just switch your brain off. It doesn't matter.
That's awesome. And I think, D, you were saying that you're not a huge Guy Ritchie fan either?
No, I'll give kudos for Snatch because I feel like, looking back on it now, that's kind of when I talk about, certain films being impactful. And part of that is kind of exposing me to other cultures or other styles of film that I wasn't familiar with. And so Snatch for me, I had never seen a film like that. And it was very, very unique and just very out there. And I had never experienced anything like that. So I really enjoyed Snatch. But I'm not, and it kind of depends, but a lot of the directors who are into really overly stylized, bombastic stuff, it grates on me. Unless they can do it with a certain kind of flair, then most of the time it gives me a headache. And with Guy Ritchie, a lot of his stuff is giving me a headache. Like Sherlock Holmes, I love Robert Downey's performance, but just the spin that they were trying to give to it, and some of his other films, it tends to rattle me, which is unfortunate because I love some of the ideas, or even the stories, but it all coming together, rarely does it really work for me.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point, D. Yeah, I think it's one of those where it works for some, works for others, I guess, with Guy Ritchie. So yeah, it's a fair point. We've also got very quickly, because I just want to quickly address a lot of people's leaving comments, so thank you all for leaving comments. We will get to them. A little bit behind, but next up we've got Meg's movie. So hey Meg, I hope you're doing well.
More Z, Mike.
Hope you're good. Yeah, Megs. Hey, there's no one with Z. I appreciate that. She says, what movies are you looking forward to coming out this month? Very quickly, because I'm going to pass it over to Pete. I'm looking forward to Cocaine Bear. That's what I want to see. Pete, what about you?
I would say The Whale. That's coming out later this week, isn't it? Next week, I think. And I would say Cocaine Bear. The trailer looked absolutely daft, but I'm sold straight away. I definitely want to get in line for that one, as the trailer says.
Yeah, good picks. Yeah, The Whale's out tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, is it?
I believe so, yeah. Jason, are you looking forward to any movies coming out this month?
I don't think so. John Wick's not coming out, is it?
Next month, I think.
Okay.
Next month.
Ask me next month, I guess.
I will. I'll tell you what I am actually going to say very quickly to add in here. Next Friday, I'm going to go see Titanic in 3D. I'm going to go check that out.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
That was going to be my response. Titanic. Yeah. Not necessarily not necessarily a new movie, but it's going to be remastered in 4K 3D. And to hear James Horner's score over the fucking Dolby Atmos speakers is going to melt me. That movie always makes me like it messes me up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it on the big screen again. Because I saw the edition before they released the Blu-ray years ago, the 3D experience, and that was awesome. And if anyone gets a chance to see Titanic in 3D, you've got to do it. It's amazing. So yeah, it's so good.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm intrigued, Matt, because I remember when I was younger, my dad took my older brother and me to go see it, but I wasn't old enough at the time, and they couldn't get me in. So I've seen most of the movie, but not all in its entirety. So to get to see it in like 4K 3D, I'm hyped to see it.
Oh man, you're gonna be losing your shit, dude. It's honestly, it's one of those movies that the score alone is worth it. Just the score, the James Horner score is haunting. It's so fucking haunting, and it's so good. The movie's good. I know it's a bit of a chick flick, but you got to think like the style with the movie, the cinematography is just amazing. The action at the end where it's all going down and literally going down, it's awesome. Yeah, it's great to see it on the big screen in 3D in 4K. You're gonna jizz. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, I'm bringing the tone of this stream right down.
I never thought that whilst watching Titanic.
Maybe Kate Winslet though, Pete.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you got Scream next month, which is going to be awesome. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got. I'm excited. I mean, that's a different question, but I am excited for Scream, though, Matt. I will say that. Wasn't a fan of the 5th one, being honest, but I'm excited for the new one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over to Elliot next, in the far left. Elliot, what do you think?
No, I'm strangely excited for Knock at the Cabin. I wasn't crazy about old M. Night's last movie. I went to see that in the cinema by myself, and I felt like I was going mad. I was just holding my head like, oh my God. But I don't know, for some reason, he's one of those directors that I'm always willing to give a chance and just give him another go, even if it's a poor run of form. And I have been encouraged by some of the reviews. I've seen quite positive. I've not seen anyone say it's appalling or it's a really bad one. So that does encourage me a little bit. I'm now going in a little bit more optimistically to see Knock at the Cabin. That's probably the top of my list, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a good pick, Elliot. I think like Knock at the Cabin's been quite an interesting one that they've marketed. Because it looks like it's going to be kind of like a grittier movie in a way, but then I heard it's only like a 12A. So it's like, really?
Yeah. It could just be the way they've edited the trailer to make it look, a bit nastier than it actually is.
12A, what's that?
12A is you've got to be at least 12 or bring an adult with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a
PG-13, maybe?
Yeah, I was about to say, in America, it's PG-13.
Okay. I was confused for a second, Mike. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was just trying to work out the age rating for you guys. Yeah, I think it's PG-13.
Yeah, because I heard Lisa was on about taking her family to see it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And finally, D, are you looking forward to any movies coming out this month?
Yes, you guys already said one of my big ones, Titanic. I actually saw Titanic for the 100th anniversary, like as far as the sinking. Went there like the same day and saw it back then. Back then, of course, it was just 3D. So I saw that. So this will be my second time, and I'm looking forward to the restoration and all that. Titanic is one of those that's been really impactful since I was young. I did a collaboration with Lost in the Real about the 10 movies that have changed us. And Titanic was my number one. There are a lot of kind of deeper, more emotional reasons for that. But even beyond that, it really changed the way I saw film and the work and the like just the time and the effort and everything that you invest into a film, because I don't know, just like there's no denying just the everything that they had to do to depict, to rebuild the sets, to the cost, like everything that they did, and the sinking. There's just so much talent, and it really gave me. It just really changed the way I saw filmmaking. I'll just say that. And so there's no way I couldn't support it. It's one of those films I always will love and always support. Even though for whatever reason people seem to really despise it. I don't know if it's because it swept the Oscars or people just couldn't get away from it. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, I'll definitely be seeing that. I'm excited for Quantumania. Yes, I know we've been a little bit struggling with the past phase, but Ant-Man has always, the first Ant-Man is one of my favorite MCU origin films. So I'm holding out hope, and then I really enjoy Jonathan Majors, and I want to see him really kill it. No pun intended, as Kane. So yeah, so those are kind of my main two. Not M. Night Shyamalan, I've kind of accepted that I'm in a toxic, abusive relationship with him. It's like he keeps hurting me, but I keep coming back. So yeah.
Yeah.
And with Titanic being in 4K, you'll finally be able to see if there was enough room on that fucking door for Jack.
Yeah, of course. The eternal question. Yeah.
You can reach out. There's room there.
Take a tape measure.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, well, Dave, you've got some good picks there. Titanic, I think we're all quite excited for, and Ant-Man, yeah, I think best part of that I'm looking forward to is Jonathan Majors as Kang, and like that's going to tie in from Loki. So I'm intrigued for that one.
Yeah.
Very quickly, we've got Sophie saying here, Mike, I want you to do a food challenge with your brother Joe.
Yes.
Well, very quickly, if anyone doesn't know, once I get to 1,500 subscribers, I am going to take on a 3-foot chocolate eclair challenge. So get me to 1,500 subs and you'll see that happen, I guess. But Joe, I'm not sure.
I want to see some kind of Rocky montage with you and Joe getting ready for the eating challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Watching Man v Food or something like that.
Watch Man v Food, get Joe to hold like a meat slab, and I'll give some Rocky punches in there. Something I don't know.
Come on, Mike, get in there, Mike. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know what happened, but we were talking about food on Peachstream the other night, and someone mentioned spotted dick or something like that, and
right.
Pete goes, oh yeah, I love dick. I mean spotted dick.
You got to put the spotted in there.
Yeah, I think, what was it? I said, oh yeah, that's my favourite type of dick. Yeah, what a thing to say.
Oh, Pete.
Oh, man.
Pete, I think you need to include that in your intro and your videos now.
There we go.
Oh, that's brilliant. We've got this one from Tim. He says, Z Talks Hot Ones edition. When is it gonna happen?
Hot Ones.
I have to wait and see. I've got a couple of weeks doing Z Talks, so we'll see. We've had to Google this on my laptop before, so that's why I was looking away. But we've got two action stars saying Eva Green or Monica Bellucci. Which one tickle your pickle?
Oh my god!
Wow.
I won't say no to either of them. Let's just say
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beggars can't
What a way to put it. Tickle your pickle.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Very specific.
Somewhere Amanda's spider dick is tingling.
I had to Google like who these were, and I don't know if I can decide between them if I'm being honest. So I'm just gonna go Eva. Matt, what about you?
Eva Green in Casino Royale all day long. Yeah,
that's a good pick.
For 11 seconds.
That is a good pick. Eva Green, if I'm not mistaken, was she in Miss Peregrine's Home of Peculiar?
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, I'll be a peculiar children for that time.
What's your power, Mike?
What's my magnetism towards Eva Green? I don't know. Jason D, what about you guys?
Well, I remember Monica Bellucci, I think, was in The Matrix, one of the Matrix movies. Second one, I believe. Right? Am I thinking right?
She's in one of them, I think.
Yeah, second and third.
He looks pretty good in that. I remember that. So that's why I think
I'm
it
going to
was
Google
her.
this.
My thought was Monica Bellucci.
Both in James Bond, weren't they? I'm pretty certain Monica
Are they?
Bellucci was
Okay.
in Skyfall, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, Spectre.
Spectre. Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the oldest Bond woman, actually.
Yeah, she was.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you for the question, True Action Star. What way to put the question?
Wait, what happens when Lisa leaves the group? What happens to us?
It just goes crazy.
We went downhill.
It's falling apart. Yeah.
We've got Sin's corner just saying, okay, guys, got to run, heading out to see Knock at the Cabin. We'll try finish listening later. Take care. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Bye, Sin.
And if the cabin is rocking, don't come knocking.
I mean, it's a different movie, man, but we'll see. True Action Stars, Jason's hat reminds me of Mario. I love it.
Kansas Chiefs.
Super Bowl bound Chiefs.
Yeah.
Nice.
That would be a great Halloween costume.
You guys have got a great quarterback as well.
Oh, yeah. One of the best.
Patrick Mahomes is GOAT.
Yeah.
I'm not massive into sports, Matt, with that. I wouldn't know. Traction Star says, seen Weekend at Bernie's. Love it. Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah. Have you guys seen it?
A long time ago. I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, it's been a while. Elliot, have you seen this one?
I've not seen it, but it's one of those films that gets referenced in other films. So I feel like I've kind of seen it in a way, like all of the really famous scenes. I remember Friends did a whole skit about it, and there's a couple of other movies, you know, like Weekend at Bernie's. And so it's one of those films that I've sort of partially seen through other forms of media, basically.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. And it's definitely been referenced in quite a few movies as well, I've noticed. So, yeah, you're right, Elliot.
Yeah.
Pete, you like Weekend
Yeah.
Bernie?
I've seen it before. It's pretty fun. It's from the late 80s, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is. I'm going to have a quick look. It is 1989. Yes.
89. There you go.
Good guess, Pete.
Year of my birth.
And yeah, D, have you seen it as well?
No, but I'm similar to Elliot in that it's one of those where I hear it all the time, and it's been referenced so many times that I kind of feel like I'm seeing it in a way. And I know it's a film I should see, but I just have to get around to it. That's the challenge of the movies and cinema, is that there are so many that, you know, trying to find the time to figure out which one to watch and when and how to prioritize one to the next. So yeah, but I'm interested in seeing it though.
Yeah, I mean, from what I remember, it was a while ago, but I remember it being a good movie for like very just cheesy 80s at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got so very quickly. She's saying, Pete, Matt, you legends. So, hey, thanks, so.
Thank you.
So.
So we go from Pete and Matt getting called legends to True Action Star saying that he had a dodgy curry last night. So be careful with food from now on. Well, I hope you're doing good, man. Be careful of dodgy curries you've been getting, my friend. It doesn't sound good. And he also
Billy
says,
Tenso's farts, don't let them rip, because you never know.
Yeah.
Been there before, brother. Been there before. It's a bad time.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, he was going in great detail last night of how it was burning when he went. So there you go.
Oh, well, Matt, if you want to know about that, try the one chip challenge. That will send you burning, my friend.
Stinging ring.
Oh, for a good few days. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it there.
I think that's what Johnny Cash was singing about. Ring of Fire.
So.
Ring of Fire, yeah.
Ring of Fire. I think he had a bad curry.
I think he did. I've got you actually. I was saying, this Nintendo guy, the wife stood up to attention. Enjoyed last night, mate.
Well, hello, True Action Star wife. How are you tonight?
Oh man, you guys are cracking this up. I'm trying to get to the comments. We've got Slayer saying, hello everyone, Pete and Matt, absolute legends. So hey, Slayer.
Slayer reviews. Oh my god, Slayer's in the chat. That's amazing.
Oh,
what a legend.
Brilliant.
I think it's the first time I've seen Slayer in the chat. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, man. We've got, okay, well, this is kind of relating back to earlier if you guys saw this. But True Action Star says, thoughts on film Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
No joke, yeah, no joke. This was my underdog movie of the year. Like, this was going to be the underdog horror. This was going to be the horror that was going to be like everyone was going to talk about, like Terrifier 2, like the hype with Terrifier 2, the gore, the mess, the carnage. And then I tuned in tonight at the beginning of the first hour of the stream, and you guys are talking about it. I was like, yeah, fuck. Like, that is. So, yeah. I still need to see it, but.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested what you think, Matt, and Pete as well, when you get a chance to check that one out. Did any of you guys, by the way, see the Mean One last year?
Yeah, I was disappointed. Yeah, I feel like if you've got David Howard Thornton on your movie, make use of him because he's fucking awesome. And like, if you don't, it kind of just felt like they just had him there for the sake of having him there. They didn't utilize him to his awesomeness, should I say? So yeah, that's my little review on the Mean One.
Yeah, I've got to say, Matt, I agree. I think like for what he's given, he does the best he can.
Yeah.
But he's weighed down by like CGI blood coming out of someone. It's bad.
Look like PS2 graphics.
I couldn't agree more. We've also got here T Shizzle saying shout out to Pete and Matt. So hey, man,
what's going on, man?
Lot of love. We've also got True Action Star saying, are you going to be back every Thursday night, Z-Man? Z-Man. Yes, for now, I'm going to be back for the next 5-6 weeks for Z Talks. Yeah, so expect a whole heap of guests every single week. So yeah, we'll have to wait to see for next week. We've got Lisa saying Lady Gaga is the bomb as Harley Quinn. I'm going to have a little look. Joeson one says, way too many superhero movies at the moment. Controversial opinion, but I think DC's latest movies have been better than Marvel's. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, the latest movies has been Black Adam, and that's it, right?
What's the DC latest?
Black Adam was wretched.
I was not a fan of Black Adam at all.
I feel like
I still haven't seen it.
Awesome in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think early 2000s that movie would have been like quite high regarded, I think.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I feel like it was like The Rock was like 15 years too late.
Yeah,
From that time.
I agree with that. Yeah. I mean, he's still jacked at 50 or whatever he is.
Well, he's in the best shape he's ever been, I think, at 50.
Yeah, he's supposed to come back to the WWE for a spot with Roman. So that's
Yeah.
really
Oh yeah, yeah, been talking about that. Yeah.
I think that was the case, but I think it's he is not coming back because obviously I think he said he couldn't get in shape for it, so it's going to be like Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns now, I think.
Absolutely. But yeah, I'm a massive wrestling fan, big Roman fan, as you can see. So
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. Me and Jason as well.
We the ones.
The ones. We've got Norin saying apparently Blue Beetle is going to be part of the new DC universe, but I think Gal Gadot and Momoa are gone.
Oh.
I think Momoa did like a TikTok video saying he got a 4-year contract, but I don't know. As Aquaman, I think he's going to be Lobo or something. Is that right? Not sure.
Yeah,
I've heard of that.
It's quite confusing because there is still an Aquaman movie coming out, but then there's also talks that then Momoa's going to become Lobo, which, to be fair, he'd be really good casting for Lobo, but it's quite confusing, isn't it?
It's all over the place, to be fair.
I think the whole Amber Heard thing really threw spanner in the works.
Yeah.
There were talks about having Emilia Clarke replace her, but I don't know if that's true or not. That might be satire. But
nah, I think, to be honest, man, like from what we were saying before about like this year being like just throwaway movies, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just like, right, look, take her for what it is in this movie, and that's it, you know.
Yeah. You don't think Flashpoint's pretty problematic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't go see it myself. I mean.
Oh, the Flash, the one with Flash, yeah. That's...
Like, I won't watch anything with Ezra Miller, to be honest with you.
I just want to see Michael Keaton as Batman, and I want it to be done right. That's all, but not in the Flash. Don't put him in the Flash movie. Do it for something else.
I agree.
It's all over because then they're going to bring like Ben Affleck back. They're going to have Michael Keaton also as a Batman, and it's like
you can have George Clooney with his bat nipples.
I can see that.
I think that's the multiverse everyone wants to see. George Clooney back.
Yeah. Oh, the audience would go crazy, wouldn't they?
Oh man, imagine George Clooney back with Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah,
come on,
crazy.
Just give me Alicia Silverstone in latex again, please. Yeah.
Well, it's currently 9:59, so we have got 2 guests going to be joining us at 10. So very quickly before we do, I want to just go over to D Movieman first. D, do you want to just plug what you've got coming up on your channel?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a really fun collaboration coming up with another member of the live stream today. That is Elliot, aka IMO Reviews. It's kind of a spin-off collaboration. We previously did our top 10 WTF movies, which was a fun time. And so I figured since there were certain films we mentioned that sounded interesting, that we would both watch a certain movie on that list, and then we could come together and talk about it and share our thoughts and go from there. So we had a discussion about Mulholland Drive and then Predestination. So that's going to be airing very, very soon. And I can't wait for you guys to see that. And then I actually just dropped a ranking. Playing catch up is quite the struggle, but I just dropped a ranking for my favorite television series of 2022, and I'm going to very quickly, expediently get out my favorite and most disappointing films of 2022. There was a lot I still had to catch and experience, so there'll be some interesting choices there. And I also just went to Sundance, so I'll be doing a lot of kind of mini reviews on the films that will be coming out later this year. Because there were some really solid ones, a couple ones that were in, but yeah, that's what I have coming up.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, same here, man. Yeah, D, sounds like you've got like a lot of awesome content coming soon, and I look forward to all your reviews. So yeah, go subscribe to D Movieman. The link's down below in the description box, and looking forward to your collabs with Elliot. Because Elliot, yeah, what are you working on right now?
Well, yes. So I've been working with D, as he just said, and it was a lot of fun. And they're very nearly done, so they'll probably be coming to you in the next week or so. It's quite a busy schedule. We've got Knock at the Cabin, The Whale. I've just released a video. It's a retro review for Being John Malkovich. So at the moment, my YouTube is just like, well, I've got this one and this one and this one. It's just a bit of but it quietens down after this weekend, and I get to take a break. So it's a bit of everything going on for me over at IMO Reviews at the moment.
Yeah, nice, man. Yeah, a lot of awesome sort of content. And I know Elliot next month's going to do a live stream for the Oscars, so be sure to check that out as well. His first ever live stream. So yeah, just want to thank Elliot and D for joining me for the last 2 hours, and yeah, hope to see you guys soon.
All right, take care, man. Appreciate it.
See you in a bit.
Thanks, Rob. Bye.
See ya. So yeah, we've got Jason, Matt, and Pete staying until we finish now. And we've also got 2 other guests joining us, and that firstly is Harry from Halum. Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on, man.
Hey, welcome. Hey, thanks for coming back, man. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, how you guys doing? Been streaming for 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Oh man, we've got so many comments. I'm expecting to be here for another 3 hours or so. You know, so we'll see.
8 hours, bring it on. I'm up for it.
We'll do a speed round. Yeah.
Is that
I'm off work tomorrow.
Is that the Batman t-shirt?
Yes.
Dude, that's
love
that's
it.
so cool.
Thank you.
And he's got the physical media back there as well. So might have to ask him to pick a random movie soon to get a review. So let's see. And we've got a second guest here. Is an awesome friend of mine. He's been a collab quite a few times, and that is Norin Rad. Hey, man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Long time no see,
Norin. Good to see you again.
I'm happy to crash the party. It's good to be here. Good to be here.
Hey, great to have you, man. And is that a Camp Crystal Lake shirt you've got on?
Yeah, represent the Jason. Always, you know me, brother. Jason's my fave.
Yeah.
Is that an American Werewolf poster behind you as well?
Yeah, this is the was Arrow video release, the new cover that they did. Yes, the poster. I got it framed.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really love that cover on that for that movie as well. I felt like Arrow did a knockout job on that poster.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm waiting to own it on physical media, but I want that Arrow like special release version as well.
Yeah, the 4K is gorgeous, bro. For real, the 4K I highly recommend it. It's gorgeous. Like the colors pop. There's the perfect amount of film grain on it and everything, so it still holds up very well.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, very quickly, actually, just speaking of American Werewolf in London, have you guys all seen the movie? Jason's no, Matt has.
Jason's the only one.
And Harry, you haven't?
No, I haven't.
Oh, really? Dang, so we got 2 people here.
Well, I'm going to share a story with what happened what happened was last October, I went to a horror convention and David Norton was there, who's the main character. And he shared a story because you got asked like, oh, do you have any cool stories from your time on the set and stuff like that? So a cool story is there's a part in the movie where he is like completely naked, but he's in this zoo enclosure with 2 wolves, right? I think it's 2 wolves. I think it is. And he shared the story is the director at the time said to him, right, we're going to do this live in a zoo. We've got we're going to, and the real wolves that he was lied next to. And David Norton was like, right, I'm going to do this in 1 take and 1 take only. Right. So the whole part of this is he gets out the enclosure and he runs through the zoo, right? But in the meantime of that, obviously the director was trying to arrange like extras that would be in the zoo and like act scared that they're seeing like a naked man running through the zoo, right? So what happened was they fed the wolves before like that scene, so they're obviously like tired, they'd eaten, so they weren't going to bother him. He didn't know that, so obviously he rushes to get out of there, and what happened was when they're in the zoo, there's actually a woman who was there who shouldn't have been there. So all of a sudden, she just stood there, and he's like naked like this, running off in the zoo.
Was this at the For the Love of Horror in Manchester?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes, mate. Me and T Shizzle that's in the chat and Evander from Slayer Reviews are going this year. And,
Me too.
We're all gonna share a hotel room, so there's gonna be lots. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, me too. I'll get to meet you there.
Yeah. Definitely. We have to hook up, man.
Yeah, get pictures.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. You gotta get them.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to share that story. I thought it was like a cool, like behind the scenes story that he was in the zoo and captured with like 2 live wolves as well, with nuts.
Wow.
I love Norin's accent as well. He's got like a proper American accent. Like, awesome. Like, I'll be in your DMs later. You can read me a story later if you like. Listen to that.
Oh man. I would definitely recommend though, Harry and Jason. I would definitely recommend that movie for you guys if you've not seen it.
Yeah,
Very
it's on the
cool.
list. I gotta watch it.
I know. Yeah.
Well, we've got quite a few comments, so just let you know, guys. We've just been reading through some comments, going over them. So we've got quite a few in the backlog. So anyone who's watching live, we will get to them. We've got True Action Star. He said, "Just sub to everyone here. Spread the love." So hey, thanks, man. That's awesome. And yeah, definitely go sub to these guys. Go follow Matt on Instagram, and after the stream, I'll put a link for his TikTok as well because I didn't know you had one, man. So I'll put that in as well.
Oh, that's cool, man. Thank you.
No worries. We've also got Chapman Review saying, "What's up, everyone?" So hey, man. For the rebooted DC universe, I want Ian Ziering. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Ziering. Yeah.
Ziering.
Ian Ziering, yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Sounds familiar. Who is that? Yeah.
I don't know who that is either.
No.
You have to do a quick.
I know they're going for because it's going to be Batman the Brave and the Bold, so they're going for a more seasoned Batman who already has a son. So
Right.
I don't know. I would love to see Wes Bentley because he tried out for the role apparently for Matt Reeves as the Batman, but Robert Pattinson got it, I guess, and everything for like actually won the role. But I think Wes Bentley could probably knock a Batman role out of the park for sure.
Who's that?
He was in American Horror. He's in a lot of horror stuff, so I don't know if you'll know him, Jason. He's in American Horror Story. He was in a couple seasons of that. He was also in this movie called P2 about this girl. It's a Christmas horror movie about this girl who gets stuck in like a parking garage, and he's the guy who kind of hunts her down and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's a good actor. He's got the Batman look. He's got the face. He's got the dark hair, the thin eyes. Give you that kind of stare.
Wow. Okay, that could be a shout, Norin, because I know Norin's a massive horror fan. I know Matt is as well. So I think you two guys will get along pretty good.
100%, man. Horror is my jam.
Right.
Definitely, bro. It's my bread and butter too.
And Harry's right there with Batman. He's there for the ride. I can see it in his shirt
That's
already.
right, man.
We'll go this way here. Yeah.
Now my question is, why won't they use Robert Pattinson? Is it that Matt Reeves doesn't want him in that universe, or I don't know. I know some people like that the Batman movies are going to be on their own, but why wouldn't they use that? He's my favorite Batman right now. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. I think it's like James Gunn with this whole idea of like rebooting Superman and obviously not keeping like Henry Cavill. I think he's wanting to go to like a very young Clark Kent who's like starting out as a reporter. So I don't know if like Rob Pattinson would probably fit in because he's quite young.
Right.
But it depends if they're going for like PG-13 rating in America, like 15 here in the UK, like more serious tone, or they're going to go like goofy kind of tone. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Batman was kind of done outside the DCU universe anyways. So I think they're just sticking outside the universe.
Yeah. They're just going to be 2 separate things, I think.
It's a shame, man. He's so good.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's going to be interesting that they're bringing in like a Robin though and Damian Wayne. That's going to be cool. Excited for that. But I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, but we've gotten so many Batmans. I'm kind of getting tired of Batman.
What is the Batman of the week? There's like 5 or 6. You'd be confused. What Batman is it this time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, at this rate, we're going to get Tom Holland as Batman at some point.
Right. Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg can be Robin or something. I don't know.
Mark Wahlberg as Robin. Oh, that sounds like a nightmare waiting to happen.
I don't know what to go with. But we had a question before, guys, about like a favorite movie line or quote. Lisa's saying about her favorite movie quote is from Misery. Saying the rain sometimes it gives me the blues.
That's a
Great
good one.
movie.
It's a good one.
Great movie. Or Cloud Atlas. My life amounts to no more than one drop in a limited ocean, yet what is any ocean but a multiple of drops? Multitude of drops, sorry. Yeah, I've not seen Cloud Atlas, but I've heard mixed things about it. And Joe's like, I've had it with these motherfucking snakes.
Motherfucker.
Great line. And of course, Spider-Man, great power comes great responsibility. Absolutely. One of the best lines. Let's have a look. We've got Chapman saying, I love Denzel's speech in Training Day near the end.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers.
I don't got.
And I know that's coming to 4K as well very soon, so I might have to check
this
that
month.
out.
End of this month.
Well, very quickly before I go to the next comment. So I know Harry's obviously got like a massive physical media collection in the back there. Have you been getting any pickups lately, Harry?
No, I've been bad, man. I haven't picked anything up since Black Friday. I think I blew my whole budget on that, but yeah, I plan to get more into it. I've been trying to hold back a little bit, but I have a pile over by me of ones that won't fit on the shelf, so I'm waiting to build another one so I can fit more. That's when you know you have a problem, I think.
Oh, trust me, I've got a real problem. They're on the floor there. They'll soon be in the blooming bathroom the way it's going.
What I heard is Pete just opens his fridge and there's Reservoir Dogs and 4K. He's using it to scoop his butter out on his toast in the morning at the moment.
I use a steelbook for that. It's okay.
Wipe it off.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always said to Pete, I would love to see a physical media video from him at some point.
Him looking around.
It'll be me looking around the house looking for it half the time. I'll be like, I'm sure there's more. And I'll be searching through the cupboards, and there where the knife and forks are. Oh, look, there's a copy of Thor Love and Thunder. I thought I never bought it.
Pete gets movies he doesn't even buy, and they come to him, right, Pete?
Right.
Or you buy it, and you don't even know you bought it.
Yeah. I sometimes have films and I'm like, I can't believe I bought that one.
You're like, I didn't buy this, and then you're like,
I got like 2 boxes, like huge TV size boxes full of Poundland Blu-rays, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna have to go through all them, and they're all sealed.
I'm to the point where I buy a Blu-ray and then I come home and I'm like, oh, that was such a great deal, and then I go to put it on the shelf and I already have it. So bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think what we need to do is do something that Andy from Forgotten World of Movies does. He has like a spreadsheet of like nearly 5,000 movies that guy has.
Andy's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Yeah.
He's the incredible collector he is.
Yeah.
And he's
very well organized.
He's not just a collector. He's got like a wonderful amount of knowledge as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't collect for the sake of collecting. He generally has a complete passion for knowledge about films as well.
He's one of the cleverest people I know.
Yeah. Every time I watch like Pete streams on Wednesday, it's like any movie, like the obscurest movie, and to be like, yeah, I saw that one. That movie. I'm not kidding. Yeah. Shout out to Andy if you're watching, by the way. We've got next in the chat. We've got Trav Try saying, "Yo, say hey, Trav. Hope you're well, my friend."
Hey.
We've got Soph saying another movie dialogue I love is the whole monologue Pearl does in Pearl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my God's fantastic. She's great.
Yeah,
I agree, and I'm going to be honest. I don't think many actresses could do that without like a cut in that take where she just rattles it off in one go.
Yeah, she's incredible. This is Mia Goth's world now. We just live in it. Yeah.
Have you guys seen Infinity Pool yet with her?
I
Not
did.
yet.
No.
Yeah.
How was it, brother? Was it good?
It was great. It was different. I think it's going to be a little bit divisive, but it was like a psychedelic experience. I don't know how to even explain it, man. But Alexander Skarsgård and Mia Goth, both great performances.
I'm not too sure when we get in the UK, so I've not seen it yet. Norin, I know you did your review of her, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's definitely going to be polarizing because I took my wife. We did a date night, and we finally got a chance to get out of the house, away from the 3 kids and the family and stuff. So we took a date night, and my wife just looked at me. She was like, "Why did you put me through this?" And I was like,
Yeah.
I had fun. Like I had fun with it.
You're like, what are you
I
talking
gave it I think a 7 out of 10, but she completely hated it. She was like, "I'm trying to be nice to you. I'm trying to be real nice." And I was like, "It's not my movie." I was like, but she just didn't want to be that mean about it, I guess.
My fiance was the same, man. We came home, I did my review, and once I'm done, she's like, "I don't know how you can say all these positive things about that movie."
Girlfriends are going to be like, "You better be taking me to see fucking Titanic then." If I'm
That's right. That's next on the list, man.
Or no, you're gonna have to take her to see Magic Mike 3. That's what you're gonna have to take her to see.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Man, I'm trying to get her to go see that with me, okay? I don't care anymore.
No, Norin, just pull a food poisoning card, my brother. You'll be safe. No, I've never seen any Magic Mikes. I have no intention to watch them either. But Harry, do you like those movies?
No, not at all. I just want to make a really cringy, like review where I just am dead inside for some reason. It'll be fun.
I mean, are any of you guys going to go see Magic Mike?
Probably not. I don't think in theaters now. I mean, I'll probably eventually watch it because I have seen the other 2. I have, because my house and my home and my family's mostly women. So I was happy. I got lucky. I got one son. I got my son, but everywhere else it's women. I have daughters. I got a wife who has tons of sisters. So yeah, I've seen the 2 Magic Mikes. So I'll eventually see it, but I'm not going to go to the theaters though.
But yeah, they did like a movie like the same, but with Samara Weaving and Margot Robbie doing that kind of thing. I'm there day one.
Yeah.
Tickets pre-ordered, seats booked.
They do Showgirls the remake is what they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be there day one as well. I'd have the steelbook pre-ordered even if I didn't like the movie.
And your wife's or fiancés are like, "What are you going to go see?" And you're like, "Oh, just some indie movie. You wouldn't care."
Yeah,
just an indie movie.
something very highbrow, something very art house.
Why are you bringing tissues and lotion? Because just because.
So emotional. It's so emotional.
Yeah. It's a cinematic experience. You only get it on the big screen. I just pity the poor person who's got to clean up afterwards.
You savage.
My cinema seat will be glazed like a Krispy Kreme, mate.
It's getting bad.
Oh god.
Well, welcome everyone to the raunchy version of Z-Talk right now.
Late night.
That's good. Getting into the late hours for you guys.
There we go.
Oh man.
Oh, Joe.
Right, we'll come back to your comments, guys. Don't worry, we'll come back.
We're gonna get some crazy comments now.
Imagine if the comment section just crashed. There's no comments. No, there's a lot. Honestly, there's a lot of comments, so we'll get there.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find them because there's so many. So you guys have absolutely killed it in the comment section. I'm literally scrolling to try and get to them. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. We've got True Action Star says favorite Elizabeth Taylor movie.
Elizabeth Taylor.
I'm gonna have to look what she's been in.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did I
I'm quickly just looking it up.
Taylor?
If any of you guys have got one, feel free to go for it.
I'm just
Oh,
trying to
you
find
guys will have to tell
my
me for sure.
Come on, Google, save me, give me a good answer.
I know. I can't think of one I really like from Elizabeth Taylor. I mean, she's a good actress.
I can think of two. There's the obvious one, Cleopatra, great film, super long film, and the one with Giant with James Dean. I really enjoyed that one. The only two I can think of. Apparently, she was in the Flintstones film as well, so I'll say that one as well.
Grandma, yeah. Or the mother.
Yeah, there's not too many of hers that I've seen, I think, to be honest. I know her more because of just how popular she was as an icon, and like my mother and like people talking about her and how beautiful she was and stuff like that. But in terms of movies, like, yeah, I don't think there's really any besides Cleopatra. Might be the only film that I've seen her actually in.
I like Father of the Bride with Spencer Tracy. It's pretty good. From 1950, I think.
One.
Okay. So, Jason, quick question, because I've just looked through the filmography. I've not seen any other movies. Father of the Bride, is that like the one that Steve Martin was in the remake of, or did they remake that with? Oh, okay. Okay, get you.
Yeah, original was Spencer Tracy back in 1950, I think. And Taylor was the daughter, so she was pretty young at that time and just really looking, yeah.
Get you.
I'm gonna have to go with the Flintstones, yeah, because it was my just because it was my first cinema experience when I was a kid in 1994. So that was the first movie I ever saw on the big screen.
Nice.
What?
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't even born then.
Oh no!
Apparently, apparently she's the voice of Maggie in The Simpsons. She only said one word in the movie, I think, ever.
Wow.
I just read that.
Wow. Okay. Well, I've obviously known as Maggie in The Simpsons, but yeah. Wow. Okay.
The baby that doesn't talk.
Yeah. We've got so saying recently watched The History of Violence. Have you guys seen that?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's a David Cronenberg film, and it's kind of, it's very intense, but it's probably one of those films that, like, I believe, you know, you watch it and it's got a kind of mobster feel to it. It's got a really good story and really good character acting, but it has some pretty intense scenes in it, violence. It's heavy sexual too as well, because that's David Cronenberg's thing. So there's a lot of sexual type stuff in the film as well. But it's pretty solid.
Yeah. Well, Jason's smiling away, so I'm assuming he's seen it.
Yeah, after Lord of the Rings, I saw like everything that had Viggo Mortensen in it. I was such a fan. That was one that soon after Lord of the Rings, I feel like that was one he did.
Mid-2000s, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if he got nominated or maybe not. I know William Hurt got nominated for Best Supporting Actor, and he was in the movie for like 10 minutes, and he did a good job in it. And yet Ed Harris was good in it, but yeah.
I remember like Viggo Mortensen, like about that time. Did he also do a movie called The Road? Is that right?
Yeah.
I remember enjoying that movie.
Yeah, that was one of the most depressing books and movies I've ever
experienced. Yeah, I never read the book, Harry, but would you say the book was better than the movie, or?
The book just made me even more depressed than the movie, so take that how you will. I don't know.
Take that as you will.
It worked really well.
You know, then. I've got two actions. I was saying, ever seen Carlito's Way?
No.
That's a Al Pacino movie, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Al Pacino, I believe so.
Brian De Palma film, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It got Sean Penn in it as well. I've got it, but haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that I watched. I probably was like an early teen. I was probably like 13 or 14 when I saw that movie, but I haven't returned to it since then.
Yeah. I haven't seen that. You seen that one, Matt? Right?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Is it?
People were trying to compare it to like a sequel to Scarface. It's like Yeah, but different. It's a bit weird. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, I might have to check it out then if you're saying it's a good movie. Yeah. Seen it. Lisa saying, I see Henry Cavill regularly in my sleep.
Yeah.
Only with the Witcher long hair, though. Joeson one says, has there ever been a movie what has emotionally damaged you? Not as in the movie being so bad. For me, Marley and Me completely broke my heart. That's definitely one of them.
It is.
Yeah. Watched that for the first time last year. I wish I didn't, to be honest.
Schindler's List, for sure.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think, going back to the Titanic, I think the scene where, obviously, spoiler alert, when Rose passes away in her bed, like when she's an old lady, and then she goes back to the Titanic and it all gets restored under the water and everyone's there waiting for her, and she goes to meet Jack at the top of the staircase. The music is so powerful in that scene that it really messes me up emotionally. Like I'm not afraid to say I cry at movies all the time. Like I'm a big softie when it comes to things like that. So yeah, that. But yeah, Marley and Me is one of those movies where it's hard to watch because I'm a big dog lover. I love dogs, so yeah, it's always hard because I've been there. I've had to put a dog down before, well, quite a few times, and it's never a nice experience. So
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I agree, Matt. Like one of the hardest things you can probably ever do, being honest. Yeah, completely agree. And I know with like what you're saying about Titanic as well. I'm pretty sure like Harry could probably agree to this because I know him and his partner did a deep dive on the movie from doing James Cameron movies leading up to Avatar: Way of Water.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, like Mike said, fresh experience. It affected me the first time. For whatever reason, I watched it again this time. I don't know if it's just that I was a lot older this time watching it. Man, I was full of tears, man. That was...
Yeah, man. It gets you.
It does.
Especially when Rose is on one of the lifeboats and it's going down and she doesn't want to leave Jack and she's got tears, and the music by James Horner in that scene just I got goosebumps on my goosebumps just thinking about it, you know?
Some of the best music. And people debate about it, but at the end when, you know, they, like you said, reunite on the boat and everyone's watching them and you think like she probably went to heaven or something and reunited, it's just beautiful. So well done. And that's a slow burn too. You're real invested by that point, you know.
Oh yeah, especially when the camera pans over like the photo frames of Rose living her life after the Titanic, and it pans to her in her bed where she's passed away, and she goes back to. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional now just thinking about it.
Well, very soon about to see it again in 4K. So yeah. Pete, what about you?
Marley and Me is certainly one of them. A recent one is a film that Josh from Through the Lens goes on about a lot, and that's After Sun. I watched that at the weekend. Great film, but I hit home a couple of times, especially with the Paul Mescal character. And damn, that hit me at the end. Very emotional film.
Yeah, I was going to say, Pete, like I've heard Josh talk about it quite a lot, and I saw that you gave it like a 4-star on Letterboxd, I believe.
Yeah, I did, I was really surprised by it and really enjoyed it, even if it did make me feel like a wreck at the end.
I'm so upset I missed it, man. A24 was doing like a $20 screening and I didn't feel like paying for it, and now I'm regretting it.
I watched it on Movie, so I gladly got to see it, but I don't think it's even shown here in the UK in cinemas. It's only very rare showings, I think.
It got, from what I remember, because I wanted to see the movie as well, Pete, because obviously I heard Josh rave about it so many times. I think it got like a very limited release, like once a day. And I was like, I'm at work, I can't go see it. But I know they're releasing like a special box set soon of it. I think like 3 discs.
It's coming out in a couple of weeks, I think, on Blu-ray, so that's good.
Yeah, I might have to check it out. Norin, have you got a movie that emotionally damaged you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Mine was recent, like in terms of one that kind of got to me a lot, and it's because I invested so much time with these characters, and it's Kevin Smith's Clerks 3. And because I invested so much time with Dante and Randall and Jay and Silent Bob, that what takes place in that third film, like I don't want to spoil it, but just what happens and the way Kevin Smith executes it, it's perfect. It's like chef's kiss, and you kind of see it coming, and like I felt it, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, my kids were with me. We watched it with them, and like my wife and me were just bawling. And our kids were looking at us like, what's wrong with you guys? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you guys don't understand. You don't understand. We've put decades into these characters. We care about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one that got me into tears. I was like, this got me like 3 or 4 times. I was not expecting that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a good film.
I heard about that as well, Norin. Yeah, so my partner loves Clerks, and she watched the third one, and she's like really emotional. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard. We've got next. So thanks for the question there, Joy. We've got Traction says, give me some of your best Arnie movies.
Harry,
for me, I want
So
to
many.
see Commando. That's awesome movie.
Yeah.
Like Commando.
Commando's awesome. Terminator 1 for me all day long.
Oh yeah.
The first one.
Me
Yeah, it's like a horror movie. It's
It's like a
perfect.
slasher, isn't it?
that police station scene is just amazing. It's just it's so good.
Predator.
I would definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, what were you saying, Harry?
Sorry, I was just throwing Predator out there just to throw another one in there.
I agree. That's what I was gonna say that too, because that was one of those movies when I first watched it. It wasn't like you were watching Arnold anymore. Like you were watching him like kind of sink into a role, and he actually did like real acting. I felt like it in that film. So yeah, Predator was really good.
Yeah, and I'd say like, you might get criticism. Arnold Schwarzenegger's like not a good actor, maybe, or something like that. I think he gets criticized a lot, but I tell you, I see other movies and I think, man, if Arnold was in this, it would be better because he has some kind of charisma about him that I go, this person's just too boring. Arnold's never boring to me. I don't know.
No, he's always a lot of fun to watch. Another great one is Total Recall, and there's a one from a few years ago that's really underrated called Maggie. He puts a good performance in that one.
I didn't get a chance to see that one, Pete. But like at the time, I was like, "Wow!" Like Schwarzenegger was in like is it like end of the world kind of movie or something?
Yeah, sort of an end of the world sort of thing. Something to do with his daughter. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember he was really good in it. And who can forget Junior and Kindergarten Cop and Jingle All the Way?
Comedy classics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last
the
Action
Arnold
Hero was a
baby.
good one too.
You can't beat
yeah.
Kindergarten Cop. Mummy has a vagina and Daddy has a penis.
I was going to say if Jacob Martin's watching this, he would be saying Junior is one of his favorites. I think. I was out shopping the other day and I saw Junior on Blu-ray and I was like,
"Oh really?
I'm not doing it."
I'm not doing it.
I think Harry's about to show us something here.
Yeah. Greatest Christmas movie ever made.
Jingle.
Jingle all the way.
Yeah, I agree, brother. That's a hell of a film.
Yeah, you got to watch it
One
every
of the
year.
best.
People criticize it, talk about how it's not a perfect movie. It's like, I don't care. It's the best Christmas movie.
Put that cookie down now.
No.
Yeah, I agree, Harry. Yeah, like great movie, and I love Sinbad in that movie as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when he comes dressed up at the end and he's dressed as the villain, it's just freaking. You can't help but smile and laugh at that shit.
What happened to
the
him?
radio station. He's like, got a bomb.
I don't know what happened to Sinbad. I don't know if he just stopped after that.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was good.
Yeah, some actors do, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was big in the
Just
90s.
disappeared.
Yeah, and then
No, he's big around that time, wasn't he? Yeah. So thanks for the question, man. Lisa saying about the crowd crying with movies. She says Toy Story 3 when Andy's giving his toys away. Yeah. And when they're in the pit of fire as well. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got Dr. Impossible of Counterpunch 1984 saying, have you guys ever seen Get Shorty? One his best movie adaptation of screen. I think I've seen. No, I've not seen Get Shorty. Sorry, no. Have you guys seen this one?
Yeah, I believe it had
Travolta, right?
Travolta.
Yeah, John
Yeah,
Travolta.
I can
It's got
remember
like
the
a
Travolta
star-studded
one.
cast.
It's got Danny DeVito in it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
It's one of those films that, like, when I watched it, it was like good, and it's a good film, but I don't ever return to it. Like, it's like one of those kind of films. Like, oh, it was fun, ride, but yeah, I've never returned to it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think I watched 20 minutes of it and then shut it off because I was too bored and never went back to it, kind of thing.
That's well, Matt. What do you think of the movie?
Yeah, I echo what everyone else is saying. It's like a one-time watch for me. Like, yeah.
Get you. Yeah, I've not seen it, so I can't comment. But yeah, great in your guys' opinions on that one anyway. We've got Sound Lab saying Z Talks is back. Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you for tuning in, Gareth. Two Action Star says, how big is your film collection? I did a video recently on mine, so that's how big mine is. I mean, I did get a couple of Blu-rays actually recently. Picked up Watchmen the other day, Blu-ray Steelbook.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's got that one.
Nice.
Pete's got them lying all over his house, so he's got a huge...
I wonder about Pete. Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially a house full, I suppose.
I can see Harry's behind him right there.
Yeah, and a lot more that can't fit yet. So another shelf probably.
And I know Norin, you sometimes have them in the background of your video, right?
Yeah, mine are right here, right next to me. Actually, I'm approaching a little over 400 now. I'm like at that 400 mark right now.
Wow, man, that's nuts. I know Jason's been doing physical media by letters, alphabet, and videos on his channel as well.
Yeah.
And Matt, what about you?
I've got around about 300 to 400. I normally have them displayed, but I'm currently in the middle of moving, so I'm moving into a new apartment on the 1st of March. So everything is boxed up right now, which is annoying. But yeah, I got 300 to 400 maybe. But I'm starting to. I used to blind buy a lot, but now I'm just grabbing movies like on 4K that I really want. That and I like collecting the second sight editions as well, like the second sight boutique labels as well. So I just pre-ordered that Texas Chainsaw Massacre that just got announced 2 days ago. So yeah, that's beautiful. So that's 4K second sight. It's nice. You get the art cards with it as well, which is awesome. So I like collecting boutiques as well.
Yeah, I saw that Texas Chainsaw set on Zavi. Man, it looked awesome.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I wouldn't be surprised if Norin picked that one up as well.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about it. I actually still have my steelbook for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I was thinking about getting that one, but my steelbook's not a 4K, so I'm thinking about probably picking that one up because I missed out on. I think Second Sight did Ryan Gosling's Drive, and it was freaking phenomenal. Like it looked.
Oh, bro. Oh, I get the box. So
yeah, I was all, he probably has it because I wanted to get it, and now it's sold out. And anybody who's selling it on eBay, the price is like through the freaking roof.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It comes with, I think, the Blu-ray, the movie, the special features. It even comes with the book to the movie, and it has like a special box.
Oh, that's
there it is.
One.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
wow.
is awesome.
So sexy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's his best movie, man.
And that's what really
jealous.
confused me with Arrow releasing this. I really wish Second Sight did this. Because don't get me wrong, it doesn't feel right, Arrow having Wolf of Wall Street to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised by that release, to be honest with you.
it is an odd one.
But it does look good. It does look good in 4K, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's an unusual one. Like that Drive one, though, that's a massive box set. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
Man, that's awesome. We've got let's have a look. Got quite a few. We've got Dr. Impossible commenting about Get Shorty as well. About Gene Hackman plays as a film director. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Lisa saying Cocaine Bear looks awesome.
It does.
Yeah. Let's have a look. So saying Titanic is my all-time favorite film. Sadly, the actual Titanic ship wreckage will cease to exist by 2030, approximately. Wow. Okay. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Let's have a look. Harry saying Lisa, Matt's an absolute legend. And
He certainly is.
Lisa saying he's a hoot. True Action says, "Are we getting an MJ biopic? Who would like to get the biopic treatment? Who would you like to get the biopic treatment next?" So I'm open to any biopic, to be honest. I get to learn more about the person. So I don't know. What about you guys?
I mean,
Slash from Guns N' Roses.
That's a good one.
That could be really cool because he's he died like 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, man. I was gonna say I'm a metalhead, and I always wish they would give it more love. You know, it's like I like these old pop stars and stuff, but come on, man. You know.
Yeah. Did you see The Dirt on Netflix?
No.
The Motley Crue biopic. That was really good.
Oh, really? I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, you're right though. It usually does tend to be like these older the stars, isn't it? Though not like really like metal or anything like that. Really, yeah, I've got to admit that.
No, never is.
Because I think like a Kurt Cobain one could be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Norin, what about you? Who would you like to see one on?
Oh, I would love to see one. To be honest, I don't think they've ever done one, but I would love to see one on Alfred Hitchcock, like a director, like seeing one on a director and just kind of, you know, and Alfred Hitchcock just being, he's one of the biggest like thriller horror icon directors. And I think now we're at that time where it's been long enough, you could probably cast someone and you can get a really good pick going out of that one, I think, a film.
They did do it, Alfred Hitchcock. I don't think it was a biopic, but it was at a period of time when he was making Psycho and stuff. I can't think of the name of the film now. I think who played him?
Anthony Hopkins, yeah.
Anthony Hopkins played Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah.
Wow.
I'll have to check that out because I haven't heard of that. I'll have to check that out for sure.
I'll find the name of it now. 2 seconds.
I think it's actually called Hitchcock, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
I kind of barely remember that.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. And then I saw a trailer for they're making a George Foreman one. George Foreman, there's a trailer out for that.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, that's the movie right there.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to definitely find that one and check it out because I would be interested in that for sure, especially because Anthony Hopkins is such a good actor.
Right. Oh yeah, you got Anthony Hopkins, Helen Mirren, Scarlett Johansson. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, pretty all-star cast. Yeah, I never heard of it. Oh, okay, Matt. Yeah, cool. Thanks for that, man. That's a bit of a shout. Yeah, because that's a good pick, Nolan. I think on a director would be cool because always seems to be like a music star normally, doesn't it? So, Jason, what about you?
Well, my answer is always the Beatles. That's my answer for anything. I can always get more Beatles.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I think it'd be something different anyway. I think it'd be hard to kind of portray the Beatles, I think. But be interesting if they tried.
I quite like the hip hop ones as well, like Notorious, you got Get Rich or Die Trying, 8 Mile. Those are really good ones as well. Especially with Eminem playing himself and 50 playing himself in Get Rich, so that was quite cool.
I love Straight Outta Compton, Matt. I love
that
was
good one as well.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Pete, who would you like to see in the biopic treatment next?
I've always wanted it. Margot Robbie as Debbie Harry from Blondie. I think that'd be a perfect mix there.
Should be good.
Yeah.
You can never have enough Margot.
Yeah. Debbie Harry used to be a Playboy buddy, so that could be another interesting scene there for Margot to do.
To be honest, When you said Margot Robbie, you had me sold already. I didn't even know what you were gonna say.
Yeah.
Normally, Margot Robbie sells it for
Margot
me
Robbie,
as well. Yes, day one.
That's it.
Yeah.
I've got the tissues ready, brother.
Maybe
Well,
we
to be
need a
honest
good
with you,
Marilyn Monroe one.
was that Jason?
Maybe we need a good Marilyn Monroe biopic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Apparently, that blonde
Yeah,
was in bad taste. Apparently,
yeah, and she could be a very interesting person. Yeah, very interesting. I mean, she died in her prime and was one of the most popular actresses of the 50s. I mean, yeah.
Did you watch Blonde on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Ana de
Unfortunately.
Armas, though, is beautiful, but
yeah,
the film weren't great.
I enjoyed that one, My Week with Marilyn, though it's not all about her. That was a really good film.
Was that with Michelle Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah. I forget the guy that was in it.
Eddie Redmayne?
No, wasn't another guy. Kenneth Branagh? Was he in it?
Was he?
Maybe not. No, wasn't he? He was Orson Welles, wasn't he? No, or something. I can't remember. It was something. I swear he was in it. Kenneth Branagh.
I might have to check that one out because like I don't know a lot about Marilyn Monroe, so I didn't realize like Blonde. Obviously, I thought, cool, I get to learn about Marilyn Monroe after the movie, and obviously it's based on a fictional book. I was like, so I learned nothing.
I didn't learn anything.
To be fair, I just checked in front of the Armas.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, and the Armas the only good thing about that movie. That's it.
I'm pretty certain there was like a straight to TV one called just Norma Jean, like a normal name, and that was a really good one.
Okay.
That was quite an old one. I think it was on like one of those true TV channels over here in the UK. But that was really good. That was like a 4-hour one, but it was very detailed.
Okay, I might have to check that one out, Pete, because I would like to learn more about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Blonde put me off a little bit. But, I mean, Harry, have you seen Blonde?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was probably on my worst of the list or worst movies list last year. I had it at like I forget like 4. So it should be number 1. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know why I was so nice to it.
It was number 1 for me, and I know it was on Mike's list as well.
Yeah, deserved to be there.
I don't know about Norin. Was it on your list? No.
I didn't watch it yet. Yeah, I actually never buckled down and watched it. Yeah.
It wasn't on yours. I know you did the list, but.
But I know Ana de Armas is doing like a John Wick spin-off kind of things, which I've heard.
Yes.
Ballerina. That's going to be good. Looking forward to that.
She was great in No Time to Die as well. She had a very limited spot in No Time to Die, which was
best
sad.
thing about No Time to Die, I think.
I agree, Pete.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, it's definitely the best part. But the thing is, like, whenever she's done a movie like that, like, it's so cool seeing like the behind the scenes video of her like practicing like those stunts because she like, gets really into it and like, I don't know, she's got charisma and stuff to pull it off as well. I think so.
Yeah, I've got like the behind the scenes book of No Time to Die, and she looks amazing. Yeah, she really put in all the effort into. She did all her own stunts as well, which was cool.
And she's only in the movie like 10 minutes as well. So
I know, right? No Time to Die, more like No Time to Get Hard. Jesus.
Very true. Oh man, yeah, she's amazing in that movie though. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like that movie like at all. But she was amazing in that movie.
She was in Blade Runner 2049 as well. She was fantastic working across from Ryan Gosling. She was fantastic.
Wow.
Okay.
Was she in Knives Out as well?
Yeah, she's in Knives
Out.
Out.
I like doing that.
And Knock Knock with
Yes, I remember that movie.
Oh yeah, Keanu Reeves, right? Keanu. Yeah.
I can't blame Keanu for letting him in. I would have done.
You're selling what? Come in now. I got tea. I got everything you need.
Well, Well, okay, this kind of like segues into the next comment from True Action. He says, "Matt is hot," says my wife. Honestly, it's not me. I don't know where that's come from. And then we've got Lisa saying, "I bet it's you, really." I don't know where that's come from, but okay.
Wow.
It's getting heat.
We've got a wild chat tonight. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got so many comments, man. Let's have a look. Okay, Steven Seagal or Van Damme?
Oh, man.
Van Damme. That's easy.
Van Damme.
Van Damme all the way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Bloodsport. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. You got Bloodsport. You got Hard Target. What, Time Cop? He did Time Cop as well. Oh, so many good ones.
He's been in quite a few. I like Replicant. That was pretty good.
Yep.
I know Pete loves the cake scene in Under Siege.
Oh yes, that's a highlight for me. Yes.
I remember Pete just like for ages on your streams you're like, I'm gonna go check out Under Siege, and then what is this cake scene?
Yeah, I was like, oh, what's a really nice looking cake? It bloody well was a nice looking cake. I wish I had one for my birthday.
Yeah.
Like that kid in Matilda eating that chocolate cake.
They've got a very randy group apparently.
Yeah, it went up.
Oh, we're sweet and innocent, True Action Star.
When you get Vengeance Media, you get him. You get him. So,
well, we've got Jamie Lee saying, "Hi friends, glad I could catch this live." So hey Jamie, you'll be well.
Hey.
Let's have a look. Get me in so much.
get me in. Yeah.
The Z Talks has gone off the rails tonight.
Oh.
Love it. We've got True Action saying, "What are some of the next things on your watch list?" Oh, okay, I'm gonna go over to Harry first.
Magic Mike and Magic Mike 2 before the third one. No, I'm just kidding. I'm doing a Harry Potter binge, and I'm debating reviewing all of them because our local symphony's going to do the third one with the music. So I'm pretty excited about it. So me and my fiance were talking about maybe just binging all the Harry Potters before we watch that one. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Have any of you guys seen like a movie in concert before?
No.
I honestly got to tell you, it's one of the best things you're going to experience. Because a bit like you, Harry, like you're thinking about going to see the third one, and I think for Prisoner of Azkaban that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I've only seen one movie once with a concert, and that was Back to the Future. Man, one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Oh man, I bet you was marking so hard.
I was.
That would be cool.
Oh, awesome! So yeah,
How
so
was
you're
your
looking
cinema
kind of.
Mike,
Was that Matt?
how was your cinema seat for Back to the Future in concert? Sticky.
Very.
Extreme cleaning afterwards, let's just say.
The theatre hasn't recovered.
Back in that theater.
So, but yeah, Norin, what about you, my friend?
Oh, well, definitely. I got Cobra Kai season 5, man. I got to get through that. So that's my main thing right now, which is probably what I'm going to watch tonight. I'll probably get a good few episodes in for that for sure.
You getting through those quick?
Oh yeah, dude. I was trying to do every 2 days. So I was trying to do like, because it's 10 episodes each season.
Yeah.
So I was trying to do like 3 or 5 episodes in one day, and then the next day I would do the next 5 pretty much. So yeah, that's my biggest task right now is finishing Cobra Kai.
You're in for a treat, brother. Yeah, so good.
I'm excited, dude. I'm having fun. Like, I didn't think Johnny would be such an interesting character, and he's so freaking great.
So good.
He has some of the best one-liners.
Yeah.
I lived my life by Johnny Lawrence. I always think to myself, what would Johnny do? In this?
For real.
Yeah.
Like in the most recent season, I loved when they got that new season 4. They get the girl to be on Eagle Fang, and she's like, "I go by these pronouns," and he's like, "The only pronouns we acknowledge here are sensei and student." And she's like, "Those are nouns." So, I don't care. What?
He's got some of the best lines. Like I can't remember what the season is, Norin, so you might be able to recap me. But I think it might be season 3 when Miguel's trying to get one on like a dating website, and he's like, "You want photos? I've got some photos." And it's like him in the 80s and posing on the beach and everything like that.
Yeah, Miguel's like, "Do you have any with any shirts on?"
I got to meet him briefly at our con recently, and I don't think he's acting. He's exactly the same in real life. It's so good. He's awesome. Super down to earth and cool seeming, so.
I remember that I remember that vlog video you did, Harry, where you got to meet William Zabka and you got to meet Michael Bryan as well, right?
Yeah. Kyle Reese. I was so excited to meet him. That was cool.
That's awesome.
Also super down to earth. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, well,
Johnny Lawrence is amazing, and he's just so fucking cool.
Yeah. Like, definitely I've got to agree with you, Norin, like your reviews me saying like him and Miguel's the best part of that series and their dynamic together.
Oh yeah, it's so gripping because it's just like you feel for all the emotional scenes. Like, man, like I got pretty emotional that scene when he was like really drunk and Miguel's taking him back to his room and he's having that heart to heart, and then like he calls him Robbie, and I was like, oh fuck, dude, like I was like, why do you have to do that, bro?
Yeah.
Where I love it how the camera always pans on his internet searches, where it's just like he types into Google how to tell student that I fucked his mum.
Another emotional one when he's going with his friends camping, and then you know what I'm talking. Yeah, that was just the show must go on. Queen starts playing.
Yeah,
that was the best scene of the whole show.
Yeah,
send that to the internet.
Yeah, it's just a great show. I mean, Pete, have you seen Cobra Kai, by the way?
I've only ever seen the first 2 episodes because they put it on YouTube, because I think it started off on YouTube Plus, didn't it? But I haven't got Netflix, so I haven't seen it yet. I enjoyed what I saw. I thought the leading guy, he was great in it, so I definitely want to watch the whole series.
Pete, I've got to hook you up on my Netflix account, bro.
Oh, thanks.
He's got you. Matt's got you, bro. He's like, I got you.
Got you. Cobra Kai. Never die.
Yeah, one of the best shows. Jason, what about you? What you got next on your watch list?
Well, I want to watch Babylon because I can get hold of that now, and I've been telling myself I need to watch like Tar and Triangle of Sadness, but then a lot of times like Megan was on, and I was like, I'm gonna watch Megan for some, and I had no plan on watching it, but it just felt like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if I want to get into a long movie that's real serious. I want to get into something just stupid and fun. And so I don't know. I keep telling myself I'm going to get to a serious movie.
I think it's just when you're browsing and you got like a stupid kind of movie there, you're like, I'll go for that one instead.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm watching that. I watched that. And I don't know. It seemed like there's another one. I was just like, I wouldn't plan on watching it, but I'm gonna watch it because it sounds more fun than hard. I don't know, but yeah.
It's fair play. Matt, what have you got next on your watch list?
Well, I've done everything in January. Babylon, Megan, done all that. This month will be just Titanic for me. I'm not really fussed about Knock at the Cabin just because M. Night Shyamalan is one of those that I could just wait for physical. But my next one would be Titanic, and my next cinema trip after that would be Scream.
Nice.
And then we got Evil Dead Rise in April, so that's gonna be awesome.
Ooh. Woo! I know. I'm so excited. That's gonna be the best.
I need it in my veins, brother. I really do.
Yeah, I'm excited for Evil Dead Rise. It's going to be very intriguing, like what they're going to do, because obviously they're not in like a remote cabin this time. They're in like an apartment building.
But I have to say, 2013 remake is one of my favorite horror remakes of all time.
Great movie.
Yeah,
it's a very good remake. Yeah,
that's my favorite horror movie of all time.
Oh, it's got the Steelbook, man. When you put that in the group chat, dude, I was so pissed. I was like, man, how did you find that, man?
Well, it's one of those things that's strange, right? So like Joeson, Norin, and Harry, you guys, I don't know if you've ever heard of a company called CEX before. I don't think it's in America, but like over in the UK, they have them pretty much like everywhere. And it's like, for some reason, they'll have it where over a set price, they'll put them behind the counter so you can't, like, obviously, so people stop, like, don't steal them. But, like, they have, like, different rules on the value of these titles to put behind in every different store. So the other week, when one of my pickup videos, I got Inception. It was like £5 and it was behind the counter. And I'm like, who's going to steal that for £5? And then the other week in York, they had Gladiator Steelbook, £30, out just on the shelf. And I'm like, what's the logic here? So the other day I went in and I saw this title. It was like that on the shelf. So when I was in the queue, I took a photo with my camera and then zoomed in on the picture. And I was like, oh, Evil Dead, sweet. And it was like £10. I was like, I'm picking that bad boy up. And then Matt was like saying it's out of print or something, right?
Yeah, on Steelbook, yeah.
Oh, wow. Didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Scream Factory just did the 4K release. They just did that. But I don't even think they had any new special features around it. They just did the 4K release and gave you the slip and the poster and stuff with it.
I bet it looks awesome in 4K as well.
Can imagine.
Yeah, it does.
Did I say someone's going to see Babylon this week? Did I see anyone say they're going to see Babylon? Was it the Kansas City Chiefs guy in the hat?
Jason.
Jason, you're going to love it, man. You're going to have such a good time with it.
Yeah, I wanna see that. It's like a 3-hour movie, so
it's worth it though. Margot's amazing in that movie.
Yeah, I heard it's
pretty.
So.
But before you go to see it, hold out your hands like this. You got to hold out your hands like this to the camera. Hold out. There we go. Hold on. You're gonna need this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, Jason, I will say the first 30 minutes in Babylon is nuts.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Absolutely bonkers. That's all I'm going to say. And finally, Pete, what have you got next on your watch list?
I want to watch Pearl. I keep saying I'm going to watch it, so hopefully this weekend I can get that watched. Megan as well, and Babylon, as both of them have gone to streaming, and I've got got hundreds of films still sealed to watch, so probably some of them as well.
Nice. Yeah, man, sounds good. Yeah, it got like quite a wide variety here, and I think I was saying earlier in the stream, one of my next movies I'm going to watch is that Skinamarink that recently came out. I got a screener for that of Shudder. Not looking forward to it.
I had a message from my good buddy Jamie Pell, and he was just like, "Bro, don't bother, man. Like, just don't." I was just like, shit.
I'm not looking forward to it at all, but we'll see. We've got an interesting question here. So, firstly, Bart says, "Who has the worst job? A, sound guy who holds the microphone above Adam Sandler during every scene where he raises his voice, or B, an editor having to watch Vin Diesel's family speech over and over." I'm going to go B.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go B as well.
Definitely B.
Okay.
Yeah, B.
I think being on set of Adam Sandler will be quite fun, to be honest. So I'm going to go B.
Yeah.
Sounds like
I agree. Harry, what about you?
Definitely B. Definitely B. Big Adam Sandler fan. The family speech, I don't know if I can even hear it one more time. So
I think that's the only word that comes out of Vin Diesel's mouth. That and I am Groot.
Yeah. It's almost as bad as Evil Dies Tonight. It's...
Oh god.
Oh snap! You excited about the Exorcist, Matt? David Gordon Green?
No. No. Honestly, man, I'm still hurting. I'm still hurting from Halloween Ends, bro. I'm still I'm still hurting from it.
I picked up that steelbook. I got the steelbook for that one. I ended up going for that, but I'm a completionist. I had to.
Yeah,
I had to get it.
yeah. I could say so much. We'll be here all night about Halloween Ends. But, that's a nice steelbook as well, bro.
Oh, it's a
steelbook. I'd rather sit and watch this. Look at the steelbook for 2 hours. Let's just say we watch the film again.
It'll make a great coffee coaster, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a strange thing, though, right? Like, those movies aren't the best, but they've got really amazing steelbooks.
Yeah.
But it's also like what they did last year with Thor: Love and Thunder, got an amazing steelbook, but terrible movie.
Yeah, man. I was one of these people that defended kills because I like seeing Michael just fucking shit up. I just love seeing Michael just do his thing, and I was really hyped for Ends, and I was like, "Let's go! This is gonna be awesome!" And then I was just like in the movie theaters, like, "What is this, man?" Like, what? Like, I was just like, no one should be able to wrestle Michael to the floor and take his mask off. Nobody should be able to do that. Like, who the fuck is this Corey kid? I was thinking throughout the whole movie. I was just like, it wouldn't have been bad if they introduced him in like the others, but nah.
Yeah, it was just some random kid. It was just like introduced to this character. It's just like, yeah, and now he's got the magical power to beat Michael Myers after he pretty much decimated Haddonfield
And there was
in the
like a
last
scene
film.
with that redhead where it was like a tag team wrestling match with Michael and Corey. I was like, yes, like Jesus.
Yeah, so like the thing is with that scene, Matt, right, is no word of a lie. So when me and my partner were watching that movie in the cinema, there's a scene where obviously the tag team and like both of them kill like this couple or whatever in this fancy apartment. And then it cuts to a scene with Corey on a motorcycle. And no word of a lie, I thought it was Michael Myers on the back of him, hugging him like this.
Well, that was a more believable love story than Corey and Laurie's granddaughter, to be fair.
Oh yeah, Allison. She was total trash in that last one, dude. I don't care what anybody says. Allison was for me, that was the worst Allison that we've gotten out of the 3 films. I hated her.
They messed her character up real bad in that film.
Completely agree. Jason, you didn't miss much.
The first act should have been obviously grieving over her daughter from kills, and then sort of like then the second act should have been getting Haddonfield together for a fucking war, and then the last act would have been just the absolute chaos. Like, that's how I would have done the movie myself, but I'm not a director, so what do I know?
And I love the first scene. The way it was done, the tone it set was great. But I didn't realize they were going to try to make that carry the whole movie after that. It's like, oh, okay, never mind. This sucks.
Just wasted potential throughout the entire that movie. And like, especially it's like been the big payoff finale of this, like since the 70s. And they come up
the final fight is very lackluster. I've seen better fights in the local supermarket car park.
Yeah. I just felt like I was robbed because the whole premise of selling this movie was the final fight. This is it. Michael versus Laurie. This is it. It's going down. And then it was just like sat in there with my popcorn, had a massive boner at the time. I was ready to go. I was like, because I'm a massive Halloween fan, so I was there for it, And then I was like, what have we got given? It was like I felt like it was false advertisement. Like
you left the movie flat.
But Art the Clown saved last year for me. Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. Terrified 2 saved it for me.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, it's got Vin Diesel can stay at the petrol station. Oh man. I don't know what's going up now. I really don't know. I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm going to be honest. Jamie saying, have to something back now. Yeah, go follow me on Instagram. Links down below in the description box.
I'll do it.
Peter's probably a male gigolo.
Oh no. Oh no.
He gets all sorts. He gets Mel Gibson. He's got Gigolo now. He's got Poldark.
I've just been called everything.
Honestly, I don't know. And then
True action star. I told you that was a secret. Don't reveal it on the streams, please.
We've got True action star. Fortunate Star is Born and Lady Gaga.
I feel like Harry talked about that. We didn't like it.
I did. I hate that movie. So
I think me and Harry said that before on a stream.
yeah, good memory, man. That's right.
We both didn't like it.
Yeah, it's I dislike everyone in it. I didn't care. The acting was bizarre. Bradley Cooper's accent was so weird, and he's such a good actor usually.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just didn't work for me.
Yeah, I know you guys don't like it. I don't mind that movie, but it's an interesting contrast of opinion. Matt, do you like Star is Born?
I can't say I've seen it. So I can't sit here and pretend that I have. So yeah, no, I haven't. This is wasted on me.
That's fair. Pete, what about you?
Oh, I love the film. I think it's a fantastic film. I like all the performances. The soundtrack, I've heard the soundtrack played no end of places in like shops, but I never knew it was from this film. And yeah, the soundtrack's great. And that's another film that made me cry at the end.
It just made me
And Norin, what about you?
I actually quite liked it. I've only seen it twice, but I'm a Lady Gaga fan, so like I love her, like her music and stuff. And when she does acting, like she was in American Horror Story and she was great, and I thought she did a good job in it. Bradley Cooper, I can understand like where people were kind of like maybe hit or miss on his character and his portrayal and stuff, but I think Lady Gaga was fantastic in it, and I like Pete said, the soundtrack is great.
She killed it for Top Gun Maverick soundtrack as well. That song she did, the theme for Top Gun Maverick, was awesome.
Yeah,
she's just a very consistent singer.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I definitely want to rewatch Top Gun Maverick soon as well. It's been too long.
It looks amazing. It looks amazing on 4K. The 4K looks incredible.
Yeah, I want to get on 4K, but I want to try to get a steelbook version if I can.
I think I'd go saying it's one of the nicest, cleanest 4Ks I've ever seen him. Like ever. It's that nice.
I can imagine, because like the thing is, I love about that movie is like even in years' time, it's going to hold up as just being a fantastic movie. It's not going to age like poor CG or anything like that either.
Yeah, because it's all practical with all the stunt works. Most of it looks incredible.
Right. I mean, that's dedication for you though. Getting like the pilots on a 3-month training course to do those stunts, it's nuts.
Oh yeah.
Great movie. We've got Joeson one saying, just think of someone you hate. You have them hostage. The only way you can torture them is to have them watch the same movie over and over. What are you putting on?
Halloween Ends.
Yeah, Blonde. Yeah.
Halloween Ends, Blonde. Harry, what about you?
The Room.
Oh, The Room.
Oh, hi, Mark. That would just be the perfect torture movie.
The Room. Yeah. I've seen A Disaster Artist, and I think that was enough to know The Room. So
yeah.
Pete, what movie are you putting on?
Oh, it's got to be Thor: Love and Thunder, hasn't it? I think Screaming Goats on repeat.
Just put it on the Screaming Goats.
That's a good one. Norin, what about you?
Oh, I'll go with one of my like most hated horror films, and it's probably Killjoy 2. And I know it's like a deep cut. I know a lot of people probably haven't seen it, but it's freaking awful, and I don't even think it was on purpose. I think it's just awful.
I agree, man.
That movie that was your worst sounds so terrible, Norin.
Oh, Speak No Evil from last year?
Yeah, it was like some foreign. Was it foreign or was it?
Yeah, it was a foreign film, and it was just so bad. Probably some of the worst characters I've ever seen written in a movie ever. I hated them.
I looked it up after you said it, and it looked really, really bad.
Oh yeah, it's dark, and it's not even like it's.
The funny thing is, when I watched that about you, Norin, I think that's the first time I've ever seen you get angry as well. I was like,
yeah.
I was agitated because it's like a movie that I hated, and I ended up talking about it for weeks after, and I was like, why am I still freaking talking about this movie? I hate this movie. But I was like bringing it up to my wife and everybody, and I was just like, I can't stand these characters and what transpired, and like, yeah, I just couldn't stand it. But Ryan likes it though. I heard Ryan actually likes it though.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm intrigued. We've got 3D Movie Cinema saying, hey all, love for the stream, so much talent. Mike, loved your review for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Next best picture. No. Take care and keep up the great videos. Hey, thanks for tuning in, man. And I think, we're talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger movies before. Joe's got Hercules Goes to New York.
Yeah.
Definitely not. We've got Andy from Forgotten World Movies. Hey, Andy. Hope you are.
Hey,
Andy. Let's have a look, because we've got a lot of people talking amongst each other here. Let's have a quick check, see if there's any more. Yeah, I've got like a last comment here. You've got viewer Drew saying, what are your thoughts on the Transporter movies? Never seen them.
Haven't
Was
seen
that
them.
Jason Statham?
Yeah, Jason Statham.
I think I've only seen the first one.
Skipped them
It
on
was all right.
purpose.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that okay?
They're okay. They're like action packed, but it's not like, it doesn't leave a lasting impression. And like the best thing about it is probably Jason Statham, just because he's so perfect for the role. I think he's probably the best part of those movies.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. I'm not a fan of Jason Statham.
I was gonna say, not a fan.
You're not gonna like it, yeah.
No, he's very much you slag. Like,
Yeah, you're
I feel
right
like
there.
He's the more successful Danny Dyer. It's like,
Yes.
Yes, you
Yeah.
got one.
Very, very good comparison, Matt. I would agree. Lisa was saying about a biopic. She said a Christopher Reeves biopic would be interesting.
Yes,
Oh,
it
wow.
would be.
I agree. That
That's
would be
very
cool.
good.
Let's have a look. And if you could pick one actor to kick in the balls, who would it be?
An actor. Oh.
Jason Statham for me.
Oh, James Corden. There you go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good one.
I always say Ezra Miller is always my answer to that.
Is your answer to that?
That's fair.
I'll probably still go Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's like my least favorite actor, so I'll go Kevin Hart.
I agree with you there. I find him ever so annoying. As soon as I see him on the TV screen, I have to pause it. I'm just like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna have to go for an actor. I would go with that moody kid that was in the latest Scream film, and he was in that 13 Reasons Why on Netflix. I don't know if you, you know, that
the kid that played Wes. He was the one that played Wes.
Yeah, he's just got that moody face. He's like, oh, fucking hell. Like, and then the director, David Gordon Green, definitely.
Yeah.
Stop him from
I
making
swear to God, if he fucks The Exorcist up, I'm
He's doing 3 movies, man. He booked it for 3 already. That's what bothers me. Is I'm like, damn, man, you booked it for 3. You're talking about remaking one of the most prolific horror films of all time, and you want to do 3 movies. So it's like, oof, I don't know.
When it was one film, I thought, yeah, that's okay. But 3, I'm like, oh fuck, no, don't even go there.
Yeah. It's one of those street movies like The Exorcist is like, it's because they've announced 3, which is to do with Halloween. It's going to be like the start of the story, we get a middle movie that leads to nothing, and a third movie that's trash.
yeah.
Yep.
You're just gonna have some priests standing over the possessed girls saying, "Possession dies tonight. Possession dies tonight."
Yeah.
I agree. Matt, no, I don't want to see it.
And I can't wait for the final one in the trilogy that won't even have an exorcism, probably.
No, it'll just be based on another character that we know fuck all about.
Oh.
Yeah, it'll be Regan getting a love interest in the 3rd movie. I don't know. Harry, who would you kick in the balls?
Man, it's brutal, but only because I've been watching Cobra Kai 2. Maybe Ralph Macchio in Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I don't even dislike him. It's just because it's the same acting every scene. It like gets on my nerves after I've watched 40 episodes. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I gotta agree, man. Yeah.
With
Johnny Lawrence still to show in that for sure.
Yeah.
Williams
Oh,
a backer.
100%. Well, we've pretty much caught on the comments, so pretty much going to be wrapping it up here. But before we wrap it up, I just want to say thanks to Jason, Pete, Norin, Harry, and Matt for joining me for this last part. Very quickly, I'm going to go over to each one of you guys. Norin, what have you got coming up on your channel?
Oh, well, definitely. Once I finish Cobra Kai, I'll be doing the season 5 review for that. But recently, I've been trying to kind of figure out how I'm going to do my first introduction to music on my channel, because I want to start talking about more music stuff on my channel as well. So I kind of want to just introduce my subscribers to like my taste of music, what I grew up on from a kid, and how it's evolved as I've grown up and stuff like that. So I was kind of contemplating that video, kind of thinking about what I would do for that. And then if I get a chance to see Knock at the Cabin, I'll probably do a ranking for all the M. Night Shyamalan films on my channel as well.
Nice. Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty cool ranking.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, man. I'm gonna have to sub to you, man, and check you out for sure.
Thanks, Matt. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks, brother.
Definitely, yeah. And all the links to all my guests are in the description box down below, so you can find them. Please go subscribe to every one of them. Harry, what have you got coming up?
Yeah, man. In about 2 hours, I'm going to see Knock at the Cabin, so I'll hopefully be posting a review by tomorrow. Love M. Night Shyamalan, so I'm thinking of doing the same thing as you, Norin, and just reviewing all his movies, possibly if I like it. A little hit or miss these days, but yeah. Other than that, I'm thinking of getting more into Blu-ray hunting again, doing some more of those videos. And yeah, other than that, I have a couple video essays coming up. Drive was actually one of the movies I was thinking of analyzing, doing a long video on. I have a couple other ideas in the works, so look forward to a couple long form videos. And I think that's it. That's what I got going on right now.
I'm gonna have to sub for that, man. I love Drive, definitely.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Nice, yeah, man. You got some awesome content coming up, and I look forward to seeing you Knock at the Cabin review. Because I hope it's good. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect, so I'm excited.
Yeah, same, man. And Pete, what have you got coming up?
I've got a couple of like haul videos coming up. I should have one either out tomorrow or Monday, and I've got another parcel from Network that they give me to review, so that'll be another one. And then we've got the stream next Wednesday where we'll have Scott's cousin on, Danielle, so that'll be great to chat to her. So yeah, plenty coming up.
Sweet. Yeah, and definitely go support Pete on his weekly streams every Wednesday night at 7:30 UK time. And Matt, what are you working on over on Instagram and TikTok at the moment?
At the moment, I basically on TikTok it's unboxings on boutiques and special editions at the moment, and I do film a little collage of my trips to HMV, where I go pick up what I need, do a little shop. It's like little shop vlogs kind of thing on TikTok. Instagram is just I post my pickups, and I do a lot of live streams on Instagram with T Shizzle, who is my co-host. If you don't follow him on Instagram, guys, please do. He's a great guy. He's got very much the same dry sense of humor as me, and we do a lot of live streams on Friday night. Saturday night. Sorry, we're doing a Terrified 2 watch along on Instagram, so that's going to be fun. Absolutely love that movie, and it's crazy, so it'll be a lot of laughs, a lot of giggles. So I'm really looking forward to that one. On Friday night, I'm going to be on Scott's stream, which is going to be awesome with Pete, so that's going to be fun. And normally, normally you can find me on Pete's streams as well. Normally, I'm quite a regular on Pete's streams, so you can find me on there whenever I'm on. And yeah, so that's about it, really.
Sweet. Yeah, man. Definitely enjoy you seeing on the streams, and I say that's how I came across. Like, knowing you.
Man, and I just want to say massive thank you to you, Mike, for having me on and thinking about me, man. It's really meant a lot to me.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. And I say, like, for now, I think like Z Talk's going to be coming back for at least 5-6 weeks. So all you guys are invited back again. So don't worry, it's not going to be the last time you're going to see these guys, Lisa, Joe, Elliot, or D Movieman, who joined me earlier. So yeah, Matt, you'll be back, my friend. Don't worry.
And I would love to have you guys come on one of my streams on Instagram and kick it and talk movies and music and whatever. That'd be awesome. So,
I'm down for that.
Sure.
I haven't seen a lot of movies, but I'm down for that.
that'd be awesome.
So yeah, so go check out Matt's Instagram page. The link is down below in the description box. And again, Matt, after the stream, send me your TikTok and I'll put it in the description as well.
Thanks, bro.
No worries.
Thank you for having me.
No, welcome, man. And finally, last but not least, Joeson, what are you working on, my friend?
Well, I shot a video today. I'm going to post it later. Doing my 100 favorite albums. I'm at number 30 on that list. So I have that going today. Probably tomorrow I'll do a ranking of every Beatles song. I'm like in the top 60 right now, somewhere in there. I do only about 4 songs of video, so I can talk a lot about it.
Sure.
Also, I have an Oscar prediction contest going on right now, where you can predict 20 different categories, and I'm trying to get people involved in the community to try to predict who's going to win, and I'll tally them up after the Oscars, which is March 12th. I've got 5 entries so far. Like Mike and Norin are in so far, and Elliot, and Josh and Jacob. So yeah, so hope more people get involved in that.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, man, you're the first person, I think I said this, you're the first person to ever get me involved in any Oscars because I've never been bothered by them.
I don't know anything. You don't need to know anything. You just make a guess, and who knows. And
yeah, and you got a cool contest for like first, second, and third place as well. So yeah, definitely go check out Joeson. Not too far off 200 subscribers as well, right?
Yeah, I get one, and then the next day I like lost one. I don't know. So I'm never getting up. I'm just going even because I go up, down.
Oh, do you know what? It's always those bastards.
You're right.
When you announce that you've got like, when you announce in your stories or whatever, like, oh, I've got like 1,000 subscribers or 200 subs or whatever. You always get the bastards like, oh, fucking, I'm following now. You like,
you do.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I think like 179 maybe. I don't know. I'm getting close to 180. I keep thinking I'm gonna get 180, but then the next day it's 178, and I'm like, what happened?
Oh well, I'll sub to you, brother, and I'll put a mention on my story to get people to sub to every one of you guys.
Cool.
Thanks, Matt.
Appreciate it,
please,
thank you.
Please go support Joeson. So Matt, you're right. So like, say when I've hit a milestone on YouTube, I'm like, I'll make sure I've got 10 subs over that number.
Yeah.
Then I'll announce it.
Leave
so,
it a little while before you say anything.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to take a time sincerely to thank Joeson, Pete, Norin, Harry, Matt, Lisa, Elliot, D, and Joe for joining me on the return of Z Talk. Honestly, been a blast. Late night Z Talks Ron show. That's what we've had tonight. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Got Lisa saying thanks, guys. Been a fun night. So yeah, thank you, Lisa. And got True Action Stars saying night, guys. So yeah, thank you guys watching live or if you're tuning after the fact. And until next time, we will see you later. See you, everyone.
Ciao.